Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Fifth at Night, y'all. We at it again. April 20th. How's everyone doing? I'm gonna let everybody up on the stage, all right? Let's go ahead and start this off. All right, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Last week, we had a really good topic, and we're going to bring people in here, okay? All right, let's bring everybody to the stage. Jess, how are you? How you doing today?
I'm blessed. How are you, Fib?
All right. Meerkat, how are you doing, Meerkat? Good. Can you hear us, Meerkat? Beyonda, what's going on, Beyonda? What's going on? What's going on? Sorry, I had a technical difficulty. I apologize. I don't know what happened there, but make sure everything is good. Hey.
Hi.
All right, so Zacchaeus will be here in any moment. Mila, how you doing, Mila?
I'm fine. I feel better now.
Good.
Now I'm moving. I'm moving to a bigger house, so I feel better now.
Oh, okay. And I saw what you said in the live chat. You're doing something right now, so that's why your camera's off. Okay. No problem. All right, so let's so today the topic is dating with intention versus dating for attention. We all know that means two different things. We all know that dating for attention is not a flex, right? But dating for intention should lead to something. It should lead to, there should be an end game. If the end game, if y'all agree that it's marriage, then it should lead to that. It should lead to something of some substance. It should start with some substance. You know, things should be negotiated in the beginning, or just clarified. Maybe these are better words we could use, and then we'll all get each other's opinion on that, you know. And so these are things that are very important. So we're going to dissect the difference between the two. Attention, intention, and not to get attention confused with intention, which most people do get their wires crossed on that. All right. But speaking of attention, I wanted to get into something before we actually get into the topic. Something that I saw that really just bothered me today. It was something that I saw yesterday on social media, a very tragic situation, you know, and I want to share that with y'all. And so I just want to warn y'all, though. Viewer discretion is advised. There is some blacking out, but it was an incident of women fighting and got into a car incident. Okay, and I'm gonna break down that story, but it just so rumors have it that it was over a guy, sadly. So I'm going to play it, and hopefully YouTube doesn't flag it. But I mean, hey, this is something that needs to be digested and talked about, you know? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into it.
Hello, I can't hear anyone.
Meerkat, you can't hear us? All right, let me have a leave and come back. Hit refresh. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. This is live. Sometimes live things happen, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to work it out. This is our first time on the panel. You know, we are going to work it out. All right, let's get into this video. Here we go.
Where's the button? Huh? I know about that. I don't know about that. I was kicking up. I was kicking up. He's kicking up. What you doing? You want to run her over? You want to run her over? Oh, fuck.
I'm going to start this hour with some breaking news. 3 people have been injured, one man with life-changing injuries, as it happens, after an incident involving a vehicle on Argyle Street in Westminster in London in the early hours of this morning. A 29-year-old woman, the driver of a car, was arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder, GBH, dangerous driving, and drink driving. She's been taken into custody. Now, if you're not familiar with Argyle Street, it's right in the heart of the West End, just around the corner from Oxford Circus. It is, in fact, the street where the London Palladium Theatre is, so pretty well known, busy a lot of the time. But this incident around about 4:30 this morning when officers were called there from the Metropolitan Police. An ambulance attended, they say, and a woman in her 30s was taken to hospital, and she is in a critical condition. A man in his 50s sustained life-changing injuries, and a third person, a woman in her 30s, was treated for minor injuries. The police say, the incident is not being treated as terrorism, but a 29-year-old woman has been arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder, GBH, dangerous driving, and drink driving.
That was brutal. So let me go into what y'all just saw. So this happened yesterday in London. One is an Instagram influencer, another one is a TikToker. I think how I pronounce her name is Riley was the driver, and Claudia Glam was the woman who got ran over. Apparently, this all started in the club. Saul was in the club, right? And what happened was, I forgot the rapper's name, but he's supposed to be like a rapper from I think he's like Afro pop or whatever genre. And the 2 ladies got into a fight, her and her crew. A lot of unexplained reasons to why it could have been over this guy, and I don't know. But there's a lot of rumors going around, circulating about what it was about. But what they're reporting is that the incident started, between them 2 over this particular guy, right? And so in their fight, in that crime of passion, Riley decided to get into her car and drive Claudia over. Yesterday, Claudia was presumed in critical condition. One of her friends, or they're trying to confirm it more today, is that Claudia had actually passed away. Also, another innocent bystander who it's kind of hard to see because it was very quick. He was trying to get into his moped, and he got hit too. He lost his leg. So definitely life-changing. Riley has been arrested on the spot. She is, as the report says, she is charged with vehicular. Well, they're using their terms in London, but obviously vehicular manslaughter, attempted murder, and probably murder 1 and 2, because that reckless driving, drunk driving. So she's gonna do time. She's gonna do time. Let me get someone's opinion. Who wants to go first to speak on that matter? Y'all can unmute.
I'll be first to speak on it.
Okay, Mila.
Granted, I do have my kids in the car, so I wasn't able to fully watch it. But my thing is, if it's over a dude, leave it where it's at. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
If it's anything that's over a man and 2 women, it's not worth it 100%. You can find somebody better than him. Somebody that's going to give you the world 10 times greater than what he did. It's not worth the time that you're about to serve. It's not worth the life that you took or the innocent bystander that was there. It's not worth the pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, what really concerns me about that whole video, outside of the violence that I saw, is how everybody was gawking at it. Like the amount of people who had their phones out, who could have intervened at some point, who could have separated them. You know, they was just, what I saw was just maybe 2 or 3 girls. Like all those guys and other girls who were sitting around, and nobody could have like corralled them in different spaces. It just makes me sad. On top of the violence, right, and the life-changing consequences, just how the culture around that kind of also enabled what happened.
Meerkat, can you hear us? She can't hear us. Beyonda, go ahead, Beyonda.
Yeah, I don't have much other than the fact that everyone had their phone out. It wasn't really helping the situation, kind of like adding fuel to the fire, you know. And then I mean, over a guy, it's crazy, you know. There's just other things that you can be doing on your night other than going to the club and, you know, getting into it over a person who you're not going to marry anyway. So it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. So this is something that I wanted Zacchaeus to also speak on. He'll be here in a second, but I remember me and him were talking about it back before the show started, and I kind of debated on whether I should even play this clip, but I felt like it kind of tied into what we were talking about, but not quite. There are many things that people could do to try to gain someone's attention. You know, there's the attention that you're trying to get from someone, and the attention that you're trying to receive. So it may not tie in automatically, but it's just the fact that when you hear this incident, and Mila mentioned it before, she said, if it's anything over another person, leave that where it's at, you know? And I can understand that line of thinking because that's never good, you know? Meerkat, you can hear us now? Make sure you unmute.
Yes,
okay?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Were you able to see the video that I played?
I saw some of it, but I wasn't able to hear it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play it again. There's an echo on your side.
I know, I'm trying to.
Yeah. Make sure you mute up the other stuff. There you go. Yeah, mute the YouTube.
Sorry.
All right. And shout outs to everyone who's tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let me disconnect because you're on here twice. So let me get rid of this one, Meerkat. Let me get that one out. Okay, then we got your one. There we go. That took the
Okay,
echo
cut my
off.
computer off now. I can't
Yeah.
hear you.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna play it again. Once again, viewer discretion is advised. Yeah. So let me add it back. We're gonna play this again and look very closely in terms of like who's interfering or not. Okay. So you can see some guys trying to break it up, but you know.
Where's the madam? Huh? I know about Uda. I know about Uda. I was kicking up. I was kicking up. He's kicking up. Shit! He's running on the robot! He's running on the robot! Oh!
I'm going to start this hour with some breaking news. 3 people have been injured. 1 man with life-changing injuries, as it happens, after an incident involving a vehicle on Argyle Street in Westminster in London in the early hours of this morning. A 29-year-old woman, the driver of a car, was arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder, GBH, dangerous driving, and drink driving. She's been taken into custody. Now, if you're not familiar with Argyle Street, it's right in the heart of the West End, just around the corner from Oxford Circus. It is, in fact, the street where the London Palladium Theatre is. So pretty well known, busy a lot of the time. But this incident around about 4:30 this morning when officers were called there from the Metropolitan Police. An ambulance attended, they say, and a woman in her 30s was taken to hospital, and she is in a critical condition. A man in his 50s sustained life-changing injuries, and a third person, a woman in her 30s, was treated for minor injuries. The police say, the incident is not being treated as terrorism, but a 29-year-old woman has been arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder, GBH, dangerous driving, and drink driving.
Okay, let me get back to everyone. So, Meerkat, you was able to see it this time, right, and hear it? Meerkat. Okay.
I think she needs to switch to her computer instead of her phone.
Well, okay. All right. So, let me try to talk to in the background. Hey, so anyway, this was pretty bad, like I said. But you know, yeah, it should never be that serious. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you got to get in your vehicle and run the person over. Your whole life is thrown away. It's one thing for you to lose a fight. Lose a fight, take your L, and go home graciously. So that woman gets the best of you from hand-to-hand combat. Y'all get to walk away from each other. And as soon as she's walking to the curb, you drive over her. I mean, what is she going to say? That was self-defense? You can't explain that.
Self-defense will never work on her part.
Mm-mm.
It's on camera. You shouldn't have did what you did. You have no, that means you had no remorse for what you thought in your head.
Right.
You actually let it play out. You didn't care.
Yeah.
So for a person to not care and take drastic measures into their own hands instead of letting whoever or whatever deal with the situation afterwards, she just didn't care. Whether she had kids at home or not, she did not care. Now she finna take these years and not be able to see her kids if she got them, or not be able to see her parents if they still here. You see what I'm talking about? And that's not fair to the kids or her parents, because now you putting stress on other people that's gonna try to help you.
Yeah.
I hope she ain't got no kids. Not with that level of anger.
Well, you know,
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I know a lot of people shouldn't have kids, and I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that Plan B worked. That's just...
No, some Plan B's be placebo. Hey now. And not to offend anybody that's watching on YouTube. I promise you I'm not coming for nobody on YouTube that's watching, but I'm saying from the video, my perspective from the video. She shouldn't have never done that.
Right.
And how would you offend them? That the video itself is so offensive. The crime is offensive.
Oh, because I said the Plan B might be a placebo for anybody that ever took it and it didn't work.
Well, you know, there's a weight limit on it. You know, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but you know, some people they get offended, and I don't want to offend nobody.
They be sensitive.
I'm doing it before on TikTok, and I refuse to do it on YouTube.
Yeah, well.
Can't nobody drop you here.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely a sad story. And to just hear that it may be possibly over a guy is even just more low grade, you know, behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because now somebody's not here anymore. And then a person who had nothing to do with it now doesn't even had to get his leg amputated because it got crushed so bad. You know? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Zacchaeus, you in the chat, but get on the show. Like, come on, man. You know how this goes. We podcast. Come on, brother. Anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's tragic. It's tragic. And yeah, she was definitely that was murder. You know, so it should never. Zacchaeus, check your email. You're gonna see it from Fifth General TV, not my personal email. All right, so no, it's sad. It's sad. Anyway, I'm going to transition on. Okay, we've talked about this long enough, and so I did have a clip here to get on the topic now, like for real. You know, to actually get on the topic, and that is this. Pretty much getting into the differences, right? How this, you know, breaks down, how it goes down in terms of attention versus attention versus intention. All right. So I got a clip to play for y'all to react to. All right, let me share this. Okay. Here we go.
A lot of you are confused about attention and intention when they are completely different things. I've been watching and liking his stories all the time, sliding his DMs, he texts you, he calls you. He might even share a lot of personal information with you, like his trauma, deepest, darkest secret. That simply means that he's giving you attention. It doesn't mean that he has the intention to date you at all. I know you girls always ask, but why? Why is he doing this if he's not interested? And here's why. He might saw and like your story by accident, you know, just swiping on Instagram, and then next story is an accident that he saw your content. Or sure, he might think that you're very pretty, you're so his type, but it doesn't mean that he wants to take you out on a date. And truthfully, most of the time, he is simply bored. Bro is bored, so he's looking for free entertainment and someone to talk to him to pass time. It's as simple as that. It's not that deep. Now, I'm going to start approaching these attention with the correct mindset. When a man sends you a like or a text, I'm going to look at it as an email from Sephora. There are hundreds of other girls on the same mailing list getting the same text from him. It's really time to wake up. A man giving you attention is completely useless. It's a waste of your time and your mental energy. Don't let someone live in your head rent-free. If he's not asking you out, he's 100% not interested. Stop wasting your time.
All right, sorry, y'all. Y'all get that? Y'all pretty much get the gist of that? Or does
Yeah.
anybody need to see that again? Y'all got it?
No, I got it.
Okay. Anybody want to respond first?
I feel like she didn't lie. It is the truth though, because if you dating for attention, then you really don't want nothing. You just want a man to say, "Oh yeah, this is my girlfriend," or "This is the person I'm talking to right now." If you dating for intention, that means you want something out of the situation. You're looking to grasp something. You want what that person is offering, and you can offer that person something else.
Can I say that she also spoke to the heart that I think is so easy to exploit, is the idea that you would think somebody's doing something for the right reasons, or somebody's doing this because of why you would do it. And it's kind of, sometimes we put ourselves into people and we're like, okay, well, they would only do this for the right reasons because I would only do this for the right reasons. But also the heart is very a funny thing, you know, where it can't really discern somebody being fake with the attention. So it's trying to fill in these blanks for us a lot of times when there's like a lot of gaps in information. And I just think, like, for people who are easily like gullible, it's easy for them to get swept up in the attention because it starts to kind of solidify itself in your brain as an action. Like them reaching out to me, them giving them my time, or us FaceTiming every day starts to feel like an action. And I always tell people that no person that you're just dating, you should be talking to them more than like 3 times a week. Like, I think it's too much to be talking to a man that you're not committed to every day. I think that's a lot. So I think a lot of people can get swept up in that constant attention, and it starts to solidify to them as an actual action when it's not.
I didn't realize I was muted. Meerkat, was you able to see that? You on mute? Unmute.
Yeah, some of it I was, but then
Okay.
I had to reset my phone again. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's your first time up here. It's all right. Everybody has a first time with this. It's okay. All right. So you was able to get the gist of what she was saying, right?
I believe so. Kind of sum it up for me real quick.
Let me play it again. I'll play it again. I don't have no problem playing it again.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You go ahead and play it.
A lot of you are confused about attention and intention when they're completely different things. I've been watching and liking your stories all the time, slide into your DMs, he texts you, he calls you, he might even share a lot of personal information with you, like his trauma, deepest, darkest secret. That simply means that he's giving you attention. It doesn't mean that he has the intention to date you at all. I know you girls always ask, but why? Why is he doing this if he's not interested? And here's why. He might saw and like your story by accident, just swiping on Instagram, and then next story is an accident that he saw your content. Or sure, he might think that you're very pretty, you're so his type, but it doesn't mean that he wants to take you out on a date. And truthfully, most of the time, he is simply bored. Bro is bored, so he's looking for free entertainment and someone to talk to him to pass time. It's as simple as that. It's not that deep. Now, I'm going to start approaching these attention with the correct mindset. When a man sends you a like or a text, I'm going to look at it as an email from Sephora. There are hundreds other girls on the same mailing list getting the same text from him. It's really time to wake up. A man giving you attention is completely useless. It's a waste of your time and your mental energy. Don't let someone live in your head rent-free. If he's not asking you out, he's 100% not interested. Stop wasting your time.
All right.
She makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you feel like you're getting jerked around, then, you probably are, So.
Life is precious. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Zacchaeus. You have your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man. Life is precious. Time is precious. I'm a big advocate of people wasting your time because people they're good at draining your time, taking your time. They know that they're really not interested in you, but they just killing some time. They'll take they'll drain all your energy and your time, let you pretend and assume that you're interested, that they're interested, and then next thing you know, they're taking all your time. There's men that went through that. I know there's men that went through where they take a woman out, they taking her out, winding down her, and and when it comes to dating them for a long time, guess what? They want to be in the friend zone anyway. All that energy and time taking her out and taking time, but you know what it is? Especially with this day and age, assumptions. If you're not straightforward, somebody will waste your time if you're not straightforward. So let somebody know straightforward what's going on or how you feel, what's the intentions of this dating. Because listen, everybody's getting older. Time is precious. You could be spending time with somebody that really want to spend time with you, really want to take the time out, spend time with you, take the time out and get to know you better and excited to be around you. You don't have to be stressing somebody, you're calling her up, and she always got to do her hair. She always got the time of the month all the time. And then the next thing you know, you're trying to like say, wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh man, I'm dating this person, all this, I'm going out with her, but are we going out? Is it a date or is it we just hanging out? Which one is it? So I am a big advocate of being straight, especially when you're older. Please save that for the 22-year-olds and the younger people that are always assuming and living by assumptions. When you're older, you got to be more direct. You don't want nobody wasting your time.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, man.
Well said, brother.
Well, you know what assume means? It makes out of you and me.
Yeah. A lot of people have their failures in that part, I mean, I think we've all been, if we're being honest, we've all been there, man. Come on, man. I'm sure we've done things. Yeah, I mean, I have. I'll be transparent, man. I've been wrong plenty of times. And it's cost me my time that I can't get back. But it's a life lesson, I'm sure we've all been, well, maybe not all, but Zacchaeus, the being free milled is a real thing for us men.
Yo, yeah, you can elaborate on that one. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you just become the dinner guy.
Oh yes. Yes, well, you got me.
The wallet with legs, huh? Wallet with legs.
You got me, yeah.
Pretty small.
Yeah, pretty small. You got me. Yeah, you got it. All the time. You got me. I say, okay. And then next thing you know, you'll be taking out your friends too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buttermilk biscuits.
Go to the restaurant. And they say, I'll meet you at this restaurant. And then next thing you know, when you get up into the restaurant, she signed up with her friend, right? And then wait a minute. I thought I'm just paying for you. Now you gotta pay for a friend meal too. Cause remember, you're just friends now.
Lord.
You assume that you was dating her. See, that's why you shouldn't live by assumptions, because now her friends are sitting there thinking that you're gonna pay for the meal, everybody meal. So yeah. Man.
I personally have never done that to a guy. I mean, but
Yeah, man.
But why are you still there? Like, it's not like the friend came out of the bathroom and like the other friend ordered for her, and then you're like, oh, is another person or whatever. Like, you saw these two women trying to jump your pocket.
Guy. They see you as a nice guy. And
even I don't care about them. I don't care about them. I'm talking about him. Is it not your pockets? Is it not your money? Is this a community check?
You got to put your foot down and say, nah, I thought it was supposed to be me and you. I know you got your friend here, your two other friends here. I thought it was going to be just me and you.
That's what I'm saying. That's the accountability part. It's like you were only taken for a ride because you sat down at the Ruby Tuesdays. Leave the Ruby Tuesdays and you wouldn't have to
sneak out. Be like, yeah, I gotta, yeah, I check you later. I thought you was, oh, I gotta run somewhere. Yeah, do something like that.
That's a red flag. You ain't talking to me ever again. Delete my number.
Well, Jess, if we're being fair, are we holding the person accountable for trying to sneak a group date when the arrangement was me and her and she brings two of her friends? Are we holding the person accountable who brought the friends? Are we doing that too? Or are we just getting on the man for, sitting there for 10 minutes maybe? I mean, are we doing that, Jess? Or what are we doing?
Of course she's wrong, but we all know that. We all know that she's wrong.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's established because you team
equal rights, equal lifts. Okay, everybody can get it. Okay.
You team pink. I just want to make sure you was being fair. You know pink? Yeah, you team pink.
I mean, usually the woman is not wrong, usually, but I can.
Lord. You done did.
Usually, you see what I'm saying? But obviously, this is a case where she is wrong. But we all know that universally. So I'm thinking about the man and like him making himself a victim. It's like who forced you to sit down?
Beyonda, your turn. Unmute, brother.
Okay, I'll respond to the to the prompt first. So the whole attention thing, when guys give attention to women like online, a lot of times that's a guy who isn't confident to get a girl without giving too much attention. If you know what I mean? Like they'll give attention to a girl and like oversaturate her with attention so that she might find him attractive. You know what I mean? And then coming from my experience growing up, high school, college, whatever, a lot of guys will date with attention because they'll want to get like the most good-looking girl they can, so that makes them look better, and like as a person, as a man. And so they're doing it for the attention, like when they're dating. But then on the flip side, women will get the attention when like they're getting like engaged or like getting like marriage. They want like the big show and they want like all this stuff. So that's the attention for them. But for dating, guys definitely seeking more attention because they want the best looking girl. Otherwise, I know Fifth, you've been through this at least once in your life where like you may have wanted a girl to date, but like she wasn't visually attracted to your friends. So if you knew that if you would have went for her, it would have been a bad look. So you didn't go for that girl because it would have been a bad look for you. So you didn't go for her. That's terrible. I get that, but I'm just saying like that's how guys are when they're like younger and they're like high school and college, So I'll just land there.
You read his whole life for Phil.
Okay. Oh my God.
It's like you was there.
I'm trying not to laugh at that, but I can't help it. No, but there is a difference though. So she mentioned, there's this thing they call love bombing, right? I know you've heard of that, Jessica. You've heard of everything. So, can you speak to the love bombing?
What is that?
It's a manipulation. It's a manipulation tactic where somebody overloads you with love, with attention, with gifts, anything to try to fill up that like dopamine receptor that you have when you first have like those butterfly feelings. They do that consistently and it's not real. It's again an overload. So they create fake scenarios. They create situations where they make a problem for you so they can come in and white knight it. It's those kinds of manipulative tactics where they're trying to coerce you into a relationship.
That often that game, a lot of people fall for that game. Zacchaeus, you had something to say to that? You can come on mute.
Well, you see, in the beginning it's naturally butterflies in the beginning. It's actually like it's like you're trying to impress the person in the beginning. You're excited about each other. And there's nothing wrong with being excited about each other. But when it's like overwhelmingly bombarded, then it's like giving roses once a week and trying to impress with expensive dinners, maybe twice a month, and then after a while, a few months later, then it just dies down because the mask comes off, and then you see the real person for who they are. You see the real person for who they are. But yeah, it happens in the beginning. Most of the relationship, when you first get to know somebody and you get into you dating them, and now the excitement is still there, but you're still going through that excitement phase. And it's good. You see, if that excitement can last, is it real? But yes, I would say half and half, because it could last a good amount of time. It's good to be excited about each other. It's good to I just want to hear your voice maybe once a day. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with texting and calling maybe for a few minutes. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because you're showing that you're excited about each other. When two people are not excited about each other, it's like, oh, I already spoke to her. Yes, I already spoke to her today. I already spoke to her yesterday. I'm not gonna call her again. I'm gonna just make a week, make 2 days or 3 days pass by and not call her. You two are not excited about it. If it's going down like that, you're not excited about each other. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you gotta space it out like that, you're not excited about each other. You're not.
Just got something to say.
You're just not. Because let me tell you something. Talking for a man that's been married for close to 25 years, right? We was excited to talk to each other, and it'd be like, and this was before this is like during the phone card era. I'm talking about the late 90s, about the mid to late 90s, 1990s. And just excited just to talk to each other at least once a day for a few minutes. It shows a person that, oh wow, I can live with you. I'm not it's not a thing where if I speak to you once a day, it's okay. It's all right. It's good. That means you're excited about each other. But if I have to, if I don't see you if I don't hear from you in a week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks because you're busy, let me tell you something. People do what's most important to them. And if you're not on their important list, guess what? The relationship is gonna dwindle and dry out real quick because you're just not excited about each other. And that's the bottom line. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a third option we're missing, right? With just being chill. Like not going ghost on somebody for weeks and not blowing up their phone every day. And what I'm talking about is that talking phase, like the kids like to call it, right? Not when you've already made a commitment and there's a commitment on the table, right? That we're exclusive. I'm talking about that weird gray area where you just met them, you're interested in them, and you're like, I'm trying to fill this out if this is something that I even want to do. That's what I'm saying. People should not be monopolizing your time, because I think you get stuff like what we saw before is you get wrapped up in the fantasy that you're creating in your head about this person and how they fit into your life. And you've not had the real deep conversation that people usually have when they're committed, when they start thinking, okay, long term, like how's it look like for you to meet my mom, meet my kids? Like, how does living with you look like? Like you're usually in that limerence phase when you first start meeting somebody that you like and you are attracted to. And I think for a lot of people, they get caught up on the attention, right? He calls me every day. He FaceTimes me every day. He may send me a little cash app for my Chick-fil-A every day. And it doesn't, again, correlate to true intention. So I'm so glad you and your wife worked out. However, right, we know that people play on people's phones every day. And I think for the lover girls like me who can get swept up by the attention, I know I can't talk to no man every single day because I'm gonna want him. And I think that's different, right, than wanting to talk to him. I think having the discipline to, again, get a life, right? Have a life where I'm doing things. I'm on a YouTube show, like I'm going to the gym. I have a life where I'm doing other stuff other than waiting by my phone. I think is important so you can have the discernment to see how this person fits in, right? But when you're just waiting by the phone for them to call you every day, again, it's those gaps that our brain will be like, okay, well, let me add a story into this. And then that's how you get messed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Jess her props. Meerkat, you had something to say? Because you had your hand up.
Yeah, the love bombing thing. That's a term that was not used way back when. Okay. But I've dated a couple of guys, and I mean, I got flowers every week. I got poems. I got cards. I mean, I just thought, oh my God, I am just something else, I mean, they bring me cards and flowers and just these lovely things. And then a monster temper pops out, and so
wow.
I had been trained with domestic violence, handling a phone, taking phone calls for people that were in trouble. So I knew signs and red flags. I didn't exactly know them, but later on. But anyway, it was huge red flags, but didn't know until I knew. Now God protected me, and they never put their hands on me. I was terrified with fear. But love bombing is a mask, like you say, Zacchaeus. It's a mask for who that person really is. Sometimes they're hiding a temper or controlling or whatever, because they know if they do all these things, they intentionally seek you out. They intentionally seek someone out they see as weak. They come in with all this love bombing, and they blindside you. And if you don't know what's going on or whatever, you're going to be caught in a relationship that's terribly hard to get out of, and can be very violent. But that's intentional in a negative way. My intentions were good. I mean, I was interested and attracted and that sort of thing. But, I learned to walk, run if I had to, But dating with intention is, you just have to ask questions. You just have to ask questions and not be afraid of an answer, not be afraid of getting your feelings hurt. Wisdom teaches you as you get older in dating, and you get your heart broken enough times. It's like, you know what? It's going to happen. It didn't kill me. It felt like I was going to die. I wanted to die, but you live, especially if you have children, you live and you get through it, and you keep on going. I mean, it's just, it's just something you have to walk it out. But counseling and that sort of stuff helps with all that, the red flags.
I'm going to read this comment from RCB. He says, I remember being in a relationship and I didn't know I was in. And this happened before I met the girl. When we met face to face, I fully understood why she tried to force a relationship. And then he followed by saying this, this experience is why I'm skeptical when a woman is afraid to describe herself, especially her face. Well, I don't know, maybe that was something else. But this part I want to speak to. So, yeah, I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. Jess, you mentioned what you mentioned, and then he commented right after you said what you said. So that's why that lines up with what you were saying. I want to go back to what you said. You said a man that you're not romantically attracted to, you're not going to talk to him every day because you're going to want him? Or is it that the man you're attracted to him, so you talking to him every day is going to make you want him? What did you say there? I kind of got lost there. You had a lot of words. Go ahead, Jess.
You just made that up.
Just go back and say what you said.
I'll be succinct. My point is that when you're in the phase of getting to know a person that you are attracted to, they should not be monopolizing your time by talking to you every day. Even if you want to talk to them because you have all these nice butterfly feelings, we know feelings are not facts. So I think people should have the discipline to have a life, be doing YouTube stuff, be going to the pickleball, doing other things than just waiting for this person to call them. So your brain doesn't start making up stories in the interim.
Got it. Let me read something here. This might spark your interest, Jess. This brother here said the problem is now we know men and women are not equal, and we cannot accept that. He might have been typing fast. Let me read this one. He said the problem is when age 30 comes for men and women, that's when the switch happens. 30-year-old women want to settle down, but 30-year-old men go for 18 and 25-year-old women. That is biology, not equal. Hey, Beyonda, you want to respond? Beyonda, you want to respond to that? Because I feel like that's a point you TikTok says.
No, I want justice.
You want Jess? Go ahead, Jess. I mean, Jess, if you got something to it, then if not,
I'll
we'll
talk
just move
afterwards,
on.
though. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you'll just let anybody up on the show, huh? Let anybody comment?
Well, I mean, I ain't getting no super chats yet, so I'm gonna just read some of the stuff that people were saying.
He ain't got no real point. All he enabled was predator behavior. Yeah, because I'm sure if it was legal to go after a 14-year-old, a lot more men would do it. A lot more men would do it. If you saw that rape academy, right? The men don't care, right? So it's like all you told me is how much of a predator you are, and how the people around you also be doing the predator stuff.
Oh my God.
Police knocking at your door right now. Thank you, sir.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Yes, what'd you just say? Why did you automatically go to predator behavior? Why was it the first thing?
Because that's what you said.
1,000%.
Beyonda, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Because part of the reason why there's a law in the first place because men enforce the law that says that, they like men are the reason why like that isn't a law where like men can just sleep with 14-year-olds. It wasn't women that decided that, men decided that. So men enforce the law where like minors you can't touch them. So why what are you talking about? I'm confused.
The age of consent used to be 14, right?
Where?
When was this?
Minnesota. What other state? There's
back in those days. How long ago?
But that's the point I'm saying. We're trying to say that men from the beginning of time believed in there being an age of consent that was 16 and up. That's not true. People used to have child brides back in the day. Men was doing that. So can we not be revisionist with the history? People do be predators. I'm sure y'all saw them Epstein files. They was unaliving those girls and eating them. Right? They didn't care what their age was. Come on now. So we're gonna try to say every man out there is a good man who cares about the age of consent.
No, I don't think that was what was said. We're trying to get to the point why 18 is predatorial.
She's a teenager. Where do you find an 18-year-old outside of a school with your nasty self?
How old was you when you graduated high school?
16, because I was smart.
Well, it's you. Wow.
Period.
16.
So because you graduated at 16, you're still disregarding the 18 part?
I was a child. So a 30-year-old coming to me is the same predator as an 18-year-old. Him going towards 18.
No, 18 and 16 is not the same.
She's a teenager. They're a teenager.
No. Jess, is an 18-year-old an adult or not? I'm just asking.
No, they're not.
Okay. So who considers what age is an adult considered? What age for you?
I don't think there's an age. I think it shows with your lifestyle, your mentality. Because I know 50-year-olds who are not adults. So
wait a minute, Jess.
Did you say 50-year-olds as not adults?
Yeah.
No, Zacchaeus, don't speak to that.
Oh,
she speaks quick. Forget that.
What you mean? I'm being
No. We need to go back to what's at hand. I asked you what age is considered an adult. You didn't mention a number, but you mentioned a number for an 18-year-old being too young. So what is the age for an adult? Are we talking 20, 21, 22, 23?
18 is young when
In
you talk
Louisiana,
about a
it's
30-year-old.
17
Like an
age of
18,
consent for sexual activity.
exactly. And so an 18-year-old getting with another 18-year-old, obviously that's not young. A 30-year-old person trying to get with a teenager is crazy work. And so that's what I'm saying. That is the problem, not the fact that they're 18, because obviously we all had to be 18 at one time. I'm saying the 30-year-old pursuing a teenager is the problem. And I know, again, then a different conversation is, when are you a fully mature, autonomous being? And I can't give you a number for that, because I know old people who are not adults. They're tall, they're big, they got power, but they're not adults.
But they can enlist in the military. They can't drink till they're 21. So is 21 too young?
Heck yeah. Yes. And also, let's not talk about the military, because we know the US be shipping out bodies like pieces of gum for all different kinds of motives, right? Like the military, of course, they would want young people to go into the military to fight for some money and for some cash. That's why they incentivize them to get married, right? All of the people in the military get married so they can get more money and stay on base. Like, what? They don't care about those people's lives. They want to use your body as a commodity to fight the quote unquote white man's war.
So I don't disagree with the 18 being too young to get drafted, right? I don't disagree with that. I guess the point that I'm mining is that the guy in the comments said 18 and 25. Mm-hmm. So you pocketed 18 and 25 as predatory behavior, or you were just pocketing 18 as predatory behavior. Is 25 predatory behavior? Is that too young now?
No, she's 25. It's like 5 years.
Okay, so 25 is okay. Is 24 okay?
Yeah.
Is 23 okay?
That's 7 years. Yeah.
Is 22 okay?
Now you're pushing it. But yeah.
So at 22, we pushing it.
We pushing it. 8 years.
8 years from what? From 30?
From 30 to 22. Mm-hmm. You're pushing it. 21. That's crazy. You just got her from the college campus. You was at the campus party looking at a child. Like
so 22 is not a child, but Jess, are you aware that women 18 have in many high schools? I don't know what high school you went to, but in many high schools, there are 18-year-olds that graduate at 18. I graduated at 18 because my birthday is on the way out of school, right? So I was 18 when I graduated. But when I was in high school, those 18-year-olds didn't want to, they were dating guys who were 24, 25 already, and, just graduating from college or still in college. You know what I'm saying?
And that's right. And that's right.
I'm asking you that if you're aware of that is something that those 18-year-olds want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're calling the men a predator, but what are you calling the women who are 18 who want older guys?
How is she a predator? She's the child. Make that make sense to me. She the victim. What are you doing?
Hey, beyond Zacchaeus, Meerkat, y'all can go. Just give me a second.
She can want whatever she wants. You put a kid in the candy store, they want the bags of candy. The parent is supposed to be the fence around that child's impulsive desire.
Hey, Beyonce, you asked for this.
To center the impulsive desire and not the person
He's hiding his
who's
face.
letting that kid put their hand in the candy jar. It's crazy.
I can't hear Jessica. I can hear everybody but Jessica.
Oh.
I think her views on the topic is a little bit extreme, but I understand what she's saying. I think to her point, even myself, like anything teen, like I couldn't, if I'm 30, I couldn't, do that. But I feel like if you're 20 plus, you're a full adult. You can damn near drink at 21 years old, you can drink. So I feel like 21 years old is like, you know, the like really like the adult like minimum. You know what I mean? I don't know about calling a 21-year-old a child though. Like a child is like my nieces or children. You know, like an 18-year-old is not a child. It's like it's damn near an adult.
No, they're not a
Like
child.
exactly. So like I feel like you're a little bit extreme on that, but I understand like what you're saying and
Young
kind of get
adults.
it, but
Young
also
adults.
like it's
Yeah.
a little bit much. And also I want to say this, right? I think it's very disingenuous to assume this is the part I don't like. Is to assume that a lot of men, like in America, the ones you see at your local Walmart or you know whatever, like you think those guys would be okay with the law being changed to 14 years old? I don't think so. I think a lot of guys have their screws in their head right, and some guys, yes, would definitely go for that for sure. And I don't agree with that. I'm saying that like average men that have like common sense would not be okay with the law being changed to 14 years old. They'd fight against that. Men would be the first ones to fight against that before women do. I feel like,
especially men with fathers.
I think
men with daughters.
I think you're a little bit disingenuous about like average men, because a lot of average men are good people, and yes, there are a few bad eggs, but the orchard's still good. I feel like I think being a little much.
The president of the United States is
Can I
trying
say
to
this?
trying to lower the age of consent, right?
That's the president, though. He's a
but
little
that's
weird anyway.
That's a man though, and there's men around him who believe in that because they recognize that the birth rate is going down. So, do you think that's coincidental that the birth rate is going down and they're trying to lower the age of consent so people can get married earlier, people can have more babies earlier? Like,
I get what you're saying, but you can't take a tiny substrata of men who want to change that and consider and think that all the other men in the world that exist that don't have that kind of money and that kind of power want the same thing.
I never said most men would do that. I said men.
You implied.
You put words in my mouth, Beyonda. Okay.
You were.
But you did that. I can never say you did that. And also, and who would want an 18-year-old to be operating on them? Please tell me who would want an 18-year-old doctor who would want them to be like, boop, 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 I just graduated from school. Like, I'm going to be with you on this table. None of y'all. Y'all would not, in a stressful situation, be on the plane being like, oh, where's the 18-year-old doctor? Y'all be looking for the more seasoned person. So when I'm talking about how society sees adults, you know what I'm talking about.
I think Meerkat, you got something to speak to?
Yeah. I was 20, 21. I worked at a hospital. I was answering the phone, switchboard operator, and there was a respiratory therapist, director of that department. He was 35. We started just hanging out. He was a lot of fun. He was just the sweetest guy, a lot of fun. He is the father of my daughter. Okay. But he wasn't a predator in any way. He was just a super nice guy. I never took it, we just had fun. We enjoyed each other. We had fun. I had never eaten Asian food, and he introduced me to Asian food. I mean, I grew up on a farm in a small town. My graduating class had 42 people in it. So small town, USA, South Louisiana, and working at a hospital, doing my thing, whatever. And met him, and he was just a really good guy, but he wasn't a predator. And I was fully aware of what I was doing, what he was doing. And, there was no hidden. I fell in love with him, and he said there was a big age difference. So, it was just, what it was. And we parted ways, and he chose not to be part of my daughter's life because he said that he couldn't be there all the time. He didn't want to be in and out of her life and mess her up. So, and he died he had cancer, and he died. And she was like 11 years old when he passed. But anyway, so age is age, and people mature at different ages. So it's hard to say 18, 19, 21, dating somebody. There's people in their 30s and 40s that have not grown up yet. They're still young, I'm sure y'all know people that are older, and you can't tell they're older because of their behavior. they're a lot of fun, but I don't know. I'll land there.
Yeah, but there's a difference between saying someone's not an adult versus them not being mature. That's a little different,
That is
Yeah.
different. That
It's
is a big difference.
So like if you're 18 but you're mature, which is rare, but it's possible.
It happens.
It happens. So I feel like what's the big deal of her? What's the big deal of the woman dating a 22-year-old? It's only a 4-year difference. It's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
I get like the point Jess was saying about like the 30-year-old and 18-year-old. I mean, I don't know if I like that personally, but like
You're not going to jail though, but I get
you're not
it.
going to jail, but it's like, people will look at you like, oh, okay, you're kind of, you're like DiCaprio, always going for like the 21-year-old. Even we know he's
Yeah.
good.
And he breaks up with him at 25.
We know he's
Wow.
good. So, like, he's good. Yeah, that guy is he's a little iffy, but he's an extreme example of like that, I guess. But I don't think a lot of guys would necessarily go for 18-year-old. At least like being serious about it.
It depends.
But it depends. But I mean, I wouldn't do that.
You personally wouldn't, and I mean, I wouldn't date an 18-year-old. I'm 64. I wouldn't date an 18-year-old to save my life.
I have a daughter my daughter is 18, so now
Exactly. I have a grandson that's going to be 18 soon.
Yeah, it's just.
I would be really upset if some older woman was trying to.
Yeah.
His parents wouldn't stand for it, but he wouldn't either. He's a good kid. He's not. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it's just.
But what about the teacher that dated the young kid? She went to jail. When he got old enough, they still got together. They got married, and then that couple is still out there. I mean, they're still together as far as I know.
I'm glad you mentioned that because there is a huge double standard with that.
Come on now.
Hold on. There's a big because like it's crazy because like a lot of the predators are like considered men, which is
there's
fine.
more female teachers that are messing with young guys in school. It's happening more and more.
Women are more or less as wicked as men are in a lot of ways, but it's not like reported on. So like whenever the older woman is on the younger man, it's not really that big of a deal. Unless she's like with like a little like minor or whatever, it's not the same thing as double standards. So people don't care about that. They care more so about the man and the woman because like, oh, he's a predator. They want to cancel him, blah blah blah. Yeah. But they never do it the other way around. It's like a teacher or something like that. So it's definitely double standard. I think.
I know this is kind of like deviating from the topic, but they made a movie out of that couple.
I saw that movie.
And that movie, you would think should have painted that woman in a bad light, but it still kind of gave her a happy ending. So beyond that speaks to your double standard.
Right.
Because if it was the other way around, and I'm not saying that it should.
Right.
Because I'm not up here saying that, well, let's do the man version. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Because there is a movie out there that is very disgusting called American Beauty. I hate that movie. That's with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Kevin Spacey is right. And art imitated life imitated art because he got in trouble for real years later,
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
But that movie was not good because although the actress was a grown woman, but she was playing a teenager and he was the grown man going through a midlife crisis, and he was, sexifying a teenage girl. So that was a terrible movie. Sadly that movie won an Oscar. That goes to show you how sick Hollywood is, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Right. So go ahead, Beyonda.
Interview with the Vampire. Freaking what's her name? Kirsten Dunst. She was a little kid, literally like a little.
She was 13.
13, kissing Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
So Hollywood definitely like has like extreme versions of like, they definitely like put it in your face,
Eyes Wide Shut is another one. Eyes Wide Shut is another one. Nicole Kidman, she was kissing on a 10-year-old in the bathtub because she thought he was possessed by her husband or something.
Yo, that was so weird.
I can't look at her the same knowing she kissed that child. even in a movie, I hope they put an older person in the place of that child. But I couldn't even, I can't even look at her the same. I have no respect for her whatsoever.
Meerkat, that was a different movie. That wasn't Eyes Wide Shut, but you got the actress right.
Eyes Wide Open, or is it Eyes Wide Open?
No, I mean Eyes Wide Shut is a movie with Nicole and Tom
Cruise.
But there is a movie that Nicole Kidman did that you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
It just had a different title, but that movie, yes, I know that movie. That
all right.
yes, that movie was sick too.
And they agreed to it too. It's like you're okay with this?
Yeah,
We're the parents.
Yeah. You should never agree to that art.
No,
the parents
I don't.
and the older actor / actress. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild. All for money. It's crazy.
Let me get back to the topic because I do have some more clips to play within the time frame that we got. So I want to put this up for y'all to react to because there is something that I got here. Okay, Mila's back. Let me go ahead and play this clip. Yeah, because man. All right.
How many of you have said to yourself, I know exactly what I'm looking for in a partner? You got your list. You got 8 vision boards. I'm believing God for the one. And then somebody comes along who has mostly all the things that you asked for on your list, but they ain't really quite ready to be fully all in. It's so hard for you to let them go because you can see the goodness in them. My Bible says this: He will give you the desires of your heart. You have to know you are worth having what you desire. So choose to believe and stop accepting damaged goods.
Zacchaeus, did you want to comment on that first?
Yes. When it comes to, he'll give you what you need if your desires. If you're seeking to be with someone that's virtuous or prudent woman, the helpmate, stop settling, and he'll give you the desires that you need if you put God first. Yes, I understand what he said. Yes, so I applaud him with that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to go?
I just feel like people miss. Beyond it, you want to go ahead?
No, you
just go ahead. Go ahead, Jess.
Even though I believe the sentiment of his video was so great, love it, right? I cannot stand people misuse that quote, right? Because he put that very specific quote on an incredibly ambiguous thing, which was you having a list of stuff. He didn't talk about what the list was. He didn't say what the list was rooted in. You could have wanted so many demonic stuff on that list. And we all know people have these physical qualities that they want out of people, or he need to make a certain amount of money. They have all of this stuff that is so antithetical to the Bible and what God actually wants us to pursue in the community that we have. And so I think sometimes people hear that, well, God will give me the desires of my heart, and they don't think that they have to do any pruning or any refining to know if their desires actually match what God desires. Because why would God help you idolize something over him? So I just kind of feel like it was an easy audio clip to put in, but people who are emotionally or spiritually immature, they'll take that and run with it and just be like, oh yeah, well, clearly God loves me, so I should just get whatever I want. And God doesn't care about giving us what we want. He cares about our sanctification. And so sometimes we have to put what we want at the altar at his feet,
I definitely agree with that. Your heart can change, and I think Jesus talked about that, how you can't really trust it at all times. So, you have to make sure that like what she said, you have to make sure that it aligns with God's will. And then when it does, then you'll be able to look for a person, and that person matches what you want, which is what God wants, then sure, you can go for that person. But if it doesn't, like Jack Kia said, or like the clip said, don't settle for that person because you'll be disappointed. Also, don't put all your eggs in one basket and put faith in that person because they're not going to save you. They're not going to be able to, do what God can do. It's a blessing for sure, but you need to have peace with knowing that. Listen, if I can't find anyone in this life, I'll be okay. And if you can't have that peace, then you're going to keep chasing the same thing for your entire life, trying to fill a void. Can't be filled. Only God can fill that void. So it's kind of like what I think, and I agree with Jess.
Let me say this, that if you are going to church and you are following God and you're doing, if you died, he would say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. I'm telling you what, the devil will send bait. They will send the sweetest guys, and they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. So you have to be on guard, especially when you're serving the Lord and you're making waves for the enemy. And because you will be sought after. You will be sought after to take you down because you are doing a good thing, a good work. And when you are in that mindset, you're serving God. His opinion is the only one that matters to you, and you are following him, and it just comes natural. You will get sidetracked if you don't have people around you who are wise. They hear from the Lord and can pick up on things, because been there myself, and it wasn't good. But anyway, I just want to make that point. Serve the Lord, follow the Lord. Just be on guard. You have to be on guard, especially if you're a single woman, and you just have to be on guard.
Did you hear what I
Men
said?
too. I know there's men in the church that I know they're serving the Lord, worship leaders, whatever, and it's they coming after him too. Especially if they're a pastor or something like that. Anyway.
No, that's real.
It's real. That's true. It is really true.
Milo, you got anything, Milo?
I was one of the people that actually made a list for the things that I wanted in a man. And majority of the things he checked off. And then like the last, I want to say 3 or 4 things, I thought it was peaches and cream, and no, it wasn't. It got real domestic real fast. So you definitely gotta be careful on the things you put on that list. You have to be mindful.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll give you a little. There's a little situation. There was a missionary in another country. He had a room. He didn't have a table, nothing. He didn't have furniture. He just had a mat on the floor. But he wanted to serve God so much, So he said, God, I need a table. I need a table. And it's like he never got a table. And so God finally said, well, what kind of table do you want? I'll give you a table, but what kind of table do you want? He waited for him to say that. And then he wanted a bicycle so he could go out in the community and serve the community. And so same thing, he said, God, I need a bicycle. I need a bicycle. It took him a few times to learn, but God said, well, what kind of bicycle do you want? You want a red one? Be specific with what you want. Be very, very specific when you ask God for something, because like Mila said, it's, they come with mask on, and they come hiding who they really are. And I'm sure Jess said the same thing, you just have to be on guard and know what you want. I mean, if you don't know, you'll figure it out the hard way.
This is why I say that dating should be conditional so your marriage can be unconditional. It's like you want to have all these rules and stuff when you finally find a person. You need to have all those rules and restrictions while you're going through the process. Like most people are not supposed to align with you.
Well, Most people are not supposed to align with you, but it's the people that they're not supposed to align with that they stick with the most. So it's certain things that, oh, I'm gonna change, and they never change. Oh, I'm gonna get a job today, don't have a job. I'm gonna move out of my mom's house next week, never moved out. So even though you are being specific, the person that you want might be the person that's actually staying with their parents because he's saving up to be a better him for the next person.
Yeah.
Not saying all men and women are the same, but
No, they're not.
some
You're right.
people actually do live with their parents so they can get to the person that they want, so they can be who they can be for the person that they're looking for.
And there's nothing wrong with someone living with their parents. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially if they're really working hard to get on their feet and, get themselves together.
I feel like if you over the age of 35 and you still live with your parents, that's a no-no.
Oh, yeah, I get
You
that. I agree.
especially if you have the tools
There's
and
some
the
people that
willpower to go
there's some
out and
people
work
that
and
do
take
that.
care of yourself. You should not depend on your parents to take care of you for the rest of your life. Because who's gonna take care of your parents
I
when
know
they
it's, I
need
know it's
help?
expensive out there. So some people that do live that do have that lifestyle.
Well, Zacchaeus, add the context because every city's not the same. So add the context to cities that are more known to have people in their 30s still living at home so the audience can understand.
Los Angeles, California,
Chicago.
New York City, especially New York City, especially New York City, Chicago,
San
Los
Francisco,
Angeles. Right now in Florida, right now things are getting very expensive. I'm there every
Miami.
year. Miami, Florida.
India
yes.
too. It's a culture.
Yes.
Are they having a hard time finding jobs, or they're not really looking for a job, or they won't take the job that they can start at the bottom and work their way up, or are they under the impression they're going to go to college and come out making 500 million a month or something?
Okay,
Because
Zacchaeus, before you answer that question, I have this friend and he might be watching this. Okay, he might get mad at me, but I don't care. I don't care. Fifth, no, I don't care.
Just don't say his name.
I'm not gonna say no names. So I got my job through the temp agency out here in Indiana. Nothing is wrong with going to the temp agency. Okay. He tends to tell me every time going through the temp agency is slave work. But you want to make $36 an hour. And that's what they paying through the temp agency. He said any factory job is slave work. I'm trying to figure out how, when this is the money that you want to make, but you're not willing to do the job.
that's lazy.
That's the person that don't want to start little by little. Little by little you start, then you build from there. Gotta humble yourself, especially if you ain't got no money coming in your pocket. It's the worst. If you're a grown person, don't have the money coming in your pocket, is a rough life. So it's a rough.
Yeah.
Yes, and then on top of that, you're with somebody, they're not gonna respect you, man. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I'm telling you, it's not a. He needs to get up and get something. It's not. You gotta start somewhere.
Well, he think everything is supposed to be handed to him, and I feel like if you feel that way, then live your life. I can't be friends with somebody that's like that because all my friends work. Majority of my friends work for CPS, Chicago Public School District. So I can't sit around and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna depend on my friend. I'm gonna depend on this person. I'm gonna depend on that person." No, I have 2 feet and 2 hands that work.
Hello.
Willing and able. Ain't nothing wrong with me, and it ain't nothing wrong with him either. He's just, I guess he got a slave mentality. I don't know.
Child, he could be mad at you after this. He could be like, "What do I do? You describe it?" He can be mad at you, but anyway.
I got a phone call.
That's the problem. This generation, and I've battled with this before as well. I'm not. I have a good job now. I'm chilling now, but like the people like coming up, the kids and whatnot, they're oversaturated with like this false reality of like things getting handed to them. They want to take the shortcut and go through like try to be like Mr. Beast or Logan Paul or whatever. So like when you have like that, that's your image. That's your image that you're looking up to. Then you're gonna want to take shortcuts and not work. There isn't like there's not a lot of examples nowadays where like that shows young kids like to take pride in their work and be okay with like working a 9 to 5 job. Nothing wrong with that. Now if you have God's blessing to transcend to a job where like you don't have to work as much and make a lot of money, then cool, that's your life. But the average Joe, they have to work. And if you're lucky enough to get a job that pays $10K a month or so, then cool, good for you. But like it takes a lot of work to do that, and a lot of people don't want to put in the work, but they want all the success.
So
Yeah,
I
a lot of young
feel,
people. Oh, go ahead, lovely.
I feel like for a person to say, and no, I'm not talking about my friend anymore. I'm talking about people in general. For a person, Jessica, why are you looking like that? For a person to say, um, I want to make this amount of money an hour and get paid every week because I have bills due every week, knowing bills only come out once a month. Okay. Um, I think they just trying to feel, I think they just asking for certain attention, or they're asking you to help them do something without asking you to help them do something.
It's also the same thing for like dating too. People want things to come to them, but don't
Yes,
want them to work to
right,
hire
right.
that person. They're not able to match the person they want, I guess.
Mhm.
But they
Real
expect
quick,
like, all the love and whatnot.
is it safe to say that a lot of people will settle for the people that are in their lives due to just proximity? Meaning
Yes.
they're just there at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say for
Yes.
men, let's say the guy had a lot of potential, right? But he didn't have confidence. So he never like, was able to acquire like, a good woman. But then like let's say woman in her 30s, 34, 35, but she has a bad attitude, but she looked good. That man will definitely settle with her, knowing that he can't get anybody else because for him that's the trophy wife.
That's a fact.
Because you know what I mean. So he'll settle for that, even though she'll walk all over him, call him names and not have any like respect for him at all. He'll still put up with that because that's the only thing he can get in his mind.
And yeah, she's all
And
like
the
that.
flip side,
Jimmy
woman
Cossier's song. She's all like that.
woman who didn't take
All
her
like
totally
that.
serious will
Yeah.
settle for that weak guy, the guy that insecure, all that stuff. It's kind of like the flip side. It's kind of both that I've been seeing a lot lately over the past like 10 years.
Well, I just want to say you can't be insecure, down bad, and aggressive at the same time. It don't work. I don't care what nobody says. You can't do all three at one time. You gotta pick a battle and stick with it.
What do you mean aggressive though? What do you mean?
You can't be like, oh, you my woman, you can't be outside, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you soft emotional and you're not able or willing. You pick your battle.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron.
You
Yeah,
want to control me or
Definitely
you
an
want
oxymoron,
to
for
control
sure.
your life. You can't do both.
right.
Yeah.
There's a song. People may know the Luther Vandross version, but there's a song that it goes, if you can't love nobody, love the one you're with.
Yep, heard that
Yeah.
song.
It's so crazy, but I think a lot of relationships, not all obviously, but I think a lot of relationships and just your dating market and the pool that you're in is based off somebody just being there, just being the present person at the time, a space filler, but they're not someone that you actually want to be with. I mean, there's someone that you want to be with, yes, right? But then there are people who just, it's convenience, You got anything to say to that, Jess?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Jess had a hand up at one point.
It wasn't related to that. You can go, Zacchaeus.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've met people like that in my past, man. They just say, listen, God put that person in my radar, my path, and my path. So I just happened to be with her. We just happened to just be with each other. Not that we're in love. We're not in love with each other, but just happened to just be with each other. I've met people like that. It's just a convenience kind of relationship. And it's not, to me, it's not true love. It's not real. It's just for convenience sake. Just to get
maybe they're both okay with that, you know.
Yeah,
is that your husband? Shout outs to him. Salute.
I like the Percy Sledge one. Take time to know her. It ain't an overnight thing.
There you go. There you go. There you
That's
go.
Michael. That's Michael, y'all.
Let me go ahead and drop a bomb for Michael. There we go. Salute, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Percy's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me go to another clip here. I had like 3 more, and the first clip kind of took up a lot of time, but let me get more further into the program here because there is something I wanted y'all to see. Okay, so we'll play the next one. Here we go.
First of all, like before we start talking about dates, like how long should we, when is enough, do the intentions match? Because what be happening is people start saying on social media, and then it sound good and it feel good, then it get picked up, so everybody else start using it. And dating with intent is one of those things, right? Oh, I'm dating with intention. If I'm dating with the intent to, guess what, sweetheart? I'm still dating with intention. Bishop! And when the only thing that you say is, oh yeah, I'm dating with intention, I don't want to waste my time, I'm sitting across from you like, I'm dating intentionally too, sweetheart.
Oh, that's a mess.
Tell me more.
Oh my God.
About the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like before you start to even worry about when and what, because when you have a thorough conversation about what the intent is, y'all probably gonna eventually talk about timing. You know what I'm saying? Are you even in a season where you're looking for something serious? Like, how serious is your intent? Are you acting on your intentions right now? Like, where are you in the process of bringing your intent to reality? You feel me? You have to ask questions around the intent. Don't just be out here telling dudes you dating intentionally like that. You know how easy it is to wiggle through that because you're not saying nothing. You saying a whole lot of nothing. I'm dating with intention, some shit that just sounds serious. Because how many women in here was dating intentionally and met that fucked them over because the rubric wasn't tight enough?
That's my favorite show, Fifth. I watch them a lot. Okay, I got the app on my phone. I always watch it.
Yeah, that's Fontaine right there. That's really what he's really doing is just giving women the game. That there are men out there who could definitely play to your weaknesses in terms of pulling the intention card, when really what he's saying is that he can intently just want to smash. Yeah. So this is where we have to this is the root of the topic that I was really getting to. I think we mistake often, well, definitely women do, mistake sexual attention for intention, right? So there's a lot of things. Say it again, Mila.
Women do that all the time.
Right. So there's a lot of things that will go into play, meaning we'll do all the things you said you want, right? Everything, every bit of detail, we clocking it. And I don't mean we like me. I'm just saying, like, in general, there are men out there who do this, right? And they will move in the way and ebb and flow that you lay out for us, just so we can someday pop that.
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time. He's just basically giving the game. I know some people look at that like he's not glorifying it. He's just giving the game, right? He has nothing to gain from this. He's just giving the game. So the thing is that this happens all the time. I'm sure, ladies, y'all have a friend group, right? Whether now in your life or in your earlier days. Girl, he gave me this, and girl, he bought me that, and I think he really loved me. Yeah, okay. Then all of a sudden, that bedroom action happens, and then Girl, I ain't heard from him in 2 weeks.
I've
Right?
never had that problem, but okay.
Do you know how many times that happens? Oh, that happens all the time.
But there are women who do have that problem. That's the point, you know.
Well, I think the
And
reason
so,
why. No, go ahead.
I'm only saying I never had that problem because I've been with the same person since I was 16. So I
right.
say I never had that problem.
Well, that's why I said friend group. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a cousin somewhere, a relative somewhere. You
They
know,
everywhere. It just wasn't me.
right. Go ahead, Beyonda.
I was gonna say like women don't. That's why it's important to have like a male in your life that isn't trying to like smash you, like a father, an uncle, like a brother, a cousin, because like they'll tell you the nature of men, and women don't understand the nature of men nor what they want, you know, in a long term relationship. And there are guys that know female nature or women nature, so that way they can like weasel their way in. And so that's why it's like, you know, women have like the friend zone, right? And the men have the sex only zone, where like they're only like it's the same thing but flip, where men will put up with you only to have sex, and then women will put up to you only because to be a friend or to like be there for you. Like, you know, women want the attention but won't give the man the sex, and then men will have the sex but not give the attention. It's kind of the same thing. And so it's really important to have women to like understand male nature and like kind of like know that. But women don't care to know about what men want and like how they work, which is why a lot of them get burned in the process because they don't care. You know, they think that they misconflate the sexual access for I can attract this guy, but in reality you can't. You just had sex with him. That's pretty much it. You know, so that's kind of it's tough because, you know, a lot of guys are snakes. You know, they'll, you know, tell you what you want to hear, and it goes back to that verse. You know, man will give you desires of your heart. You got to have a heart that's aligned with God. And if you don't have that, then you're gonna be confused and wander, and you'll be stuck in a cycle like a revolving door.
Yeah.
Around and around, and you'll never know why. You know, so.
So I don't think ladies are that dumb. I believe ladies know men.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah. So
I beg your
I
pardon.
mean, just look at the product, right? Ladies who be busting it wide open, they know men like that. Most young girls know the pervasive lustfulness of young boys. So even like in the middle school era, right? I had young boys trying to look at boobies in middle school, right? So I was well aware of the pervasiveness of male lustfulness. What I'm saying is that women are giving these men what they want. So they do understand the male nature. The problem is that the purity culture mindset of that I'm giving him this one thing and then I can build up on it for it to mean other things later. Like, as long as I can keep him having sex with me, then down the line I can show him how feminine I am or how modest I am. I'll start cooking for him. He'll come over more and he'll see how domestic I am. So I don't believe ladies are actually that stupid that they think the sex is the only thing that's going to keep him. They just realize that sex is the easiest thing to do because men are easy, right? People are easy. People are easy. Sex is the easiest thing to come by. So I think women see that as a key to the male nature is the sex, and then she wants to build on that longevity with the long term. But obviously the problem is that the relationship doesn't last long enough for her to do that. His attention span doesn't last long enough for her to do that.
But you prove why they don't know, because if women are only giving men the sex and expect to have, you know, the other stuff, that's not enough. Like, it's so crazy. Like, sex is a big part of it for guys, you know, but like when it comes to like what can you provide outside of sex? If you can't do anything outside of that, then you're kind of like, you know, women don't get that. Women don't understand they have to bring more to the table than just looks and sex. They don't understand that.
Yonder, I just said that though.
She would just be a tool.
I just said that though. I said the sex is the entrance point. And so she wants to build on it, which is why she invites him over and cooks for him. Why she may be picking up his kids from school when it's like, you're not his girl. Why you doing
Well,
that?
you said that women aren't stupid, but that proves that they are.
No, it's not stupid. Because you said that women don't understand male nature. And I told you women as young girls are introduced to the pervasiveness of the male ego and male lustfulness.
But then why are they struggling with being a baby mama if they knew all this stuff? Why didn't they navigate properly?
Yonder. The male nature, like we said in a lot of the sense, is to smash and pass. The male nature in a lot of the sense is to conquer. So her being a baby mama is actually participating in the male nature of being lustful. Like, to me, that would not equate to what you're saying, which is that if she understood men, she would be a wife. That's not true, because we all know that at our core, well, at least with the men, that you first start with the lustfulness. You then, when you mature, have to have the discipline to become a man and know when and when not to use the lustfulness that you know is naturally inside of you. So what I'm saying is, when women give the cake up, they know it's because that's what men like. That is the nature of men, to want the smecks. What I'm saying is, they think the smecks will buy them time. Like, I'll keep them around with the thing that I know men like, and then I'll show them how domestic I am, how much I can be a wife or whatever like that, and it just doesn't work like that.
So if the guy ghosts her,
can I say right quick, Bianca? Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Jessica, I just want to say, I usually agree with you. Okay, we're not gonna. I usually agree with you, but we're not gonna do that, because this one person that I went to Catholic school with, she's been chasing my brother since 5th grade. My brother has never touched this girl. To this day, she walked in at my job and said, "Oh, you so and so sister, give him my number." My brother has 4 kids and don't even think about that girl. I told my brother that she wanted me to give him her number, and my brother took the number, balled it up, and threw it in the garbage can. He said what I needed for. I ain't touched her in 5th grade. What make her think I'm gonna do it now? So all men are not the same. Women are weird.
But Mila, how does that go to my point? Like,
because
women having a sexual relationship, and again, like she was using the sex to buy time. Then I can see how that situation relates to what I said. But he never touched her.
For you to want to smash and pass on a man or build something up with a man, and he's not looking to do any of that with you, then why bother?
But Mila, that's a whole conversation.
No, I'm just saying though, like, it's just crazy.
Let me help. Well, not that I gotta help you out, Mila, but let me help clarify what's going on here. Mila, speaking to the intelligence point that you made about some women not being stupid. What she's saying is that the stupid part is what the woman is. And so this notion that women know everything and they're just still doing it, that makes her not only stupid, but crazy. So you're going to do the same thing, expecting different results when you're getting the same results? That's insanity.
Did I say women generally weren't stupid? Or did I say about the situation that I believe it was Beyonder first brought up? About women don't understand male nature. I said that that's not true. Women do understand the male nature to conquer, which is why they give the box up, because they thinking that it will keep him around so they can buy time to do the other stuff. And I'm saying that plan doesn't usually work because the attention span of the man doesn't allow for the time that they think they're buying with the sex. So I think it's wrong to say women don't understand male nature when, as a child, I gave an example where 13-year-olds are trying to look at my breasts. I intimately know the nature of males. So, like, why wouldn't I? Me having the sex is because I understand sex gets me entrance to him.
You're wired different than other women.
Women
don't know a lot of women don't understand it.
Women know how to obtain. Women know how to obtain a man, but not retain.
It could be 13-year-olds out here actually touching on boobies.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like women, that's the point that I'm pushing back on. Not everything else, the layers of like what she should be doing, what's the best practice. I'm saying the statement Beyonce made that women don't understand the male nature, I think is false.
I think women know how to obtain a man, but don't know how to retain.
So Beyonda, you've been through this with Jess. You know Jess is a wordsmith.
Yeah.
So if you don't say, you know how she is about words and how you say them and when you say them, because she's gonna hold you to them. This is why I speak to her a certain way. You didn't say minority, you didn't say majority. So when you said women, she's thinking you mean all women. Although she didn't say that, but this is how she responds to things. And so you know how it is. You've been on TikToks with her. You know how you have to actually have an actual percentage for Jess.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's why it's true, Jess.
That's
Stop
not
playing.
true.
Yes, it is.
We're talking generally. We're talking generally.
Point across 7,000 times.
Huh?
Yes. You will argue with somebody 7,000 times to get your point across. To make sure you repeat the point, make sure they understand the point, make sure they took a picture of the point, wrote it down, everything.
Because Jess is very detailed. So that's why I'm saying when you talk to Jess, you got to be detailed. You got to say, Beyonce, you got to say, okay, this percentage of women, because then she could just do that. But if you don't name a percentage, then the general is too wide. You see what I'm saying, Beyonce? You know how it is.
All I was gonna say.
That's what it started with. I usually agree with everything she said, but this time I didn't.
What I was gonna say is that what she's talking about, Fifth, about girls, giving up the box. That's how you obtain a man, but they can never retain it. That's why they get confused about like why the guy ghosts them. But they don't know how to retain the guy. They don't know how to keep him to herself. Like if a man's mating strategy is to sleep with a bunch of girls, right? How can you as a woman retain the guy so that you're supposed to as a woman be able to retain the guy? He's banishing his mating strategy, which is sleeping with a lot of girls. So what can you as a woman bring to the table so that he's not doing that? And women don't know that. Women don't know how to retain a guy. They don't know how to keep a guy around. They don't know.
Oh my God.
They know how to obtain a guy, sure. Box, whatever. But like they can't do anything else outside of that. That's why they don't know. They don't know.
Depends on the guy too. There's some guys that'll hang around. I don't care how you treat them. And then there's guys that's got their own mind and know what they want. They won't hang around for that at all. First sign of drama, they're gone. They're out.
And you can't convince nobody of anything. So for us to even try to frame it as she should know what to do to retain him, he has to engage in that relationship the same way she does. She can't hold him in the basement and chain him up.
Well, but what is it about you that makes
I'm just
do?
Huh?
I'm saying, what is it about you that makes him want to engage though?
He has to do that for himself. Like there's no amount of her being feminine, modest, domestic enough that's going to want to make a man who's running the streets stop running the streets. He has to get tired of it for himself. The same way you can see men get married all the time, quote unquote, get the old ball and chain, and then still be out here at the cigar lounge looking for other women, looking for attention. So the label of the fact that I picked her doesn't mean that I want to be retained, because I'm still at the cigar lounge as I was at the Carolina Cup, getting hit on by married men. Ain't nobody more available in my experience than a married man. So to me, it's like, I think the personal agency of this man who just wants to be hot in the butt, like that's on him. She can't do nothing to make him not want to do that. She can't do anything to retain him if he don't want to be there.
Can you repeat what you said about the married man?
What'd you say?
Can you repeat what you said about the married man? I missed it. I'm thinking to my husband.
Ain't nobody more available than a married man, in my experience. Married men love me. Love me.
You right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, non-married men love you too. But do you notice them?
look everybody. I look everybody in their face, Smith.
Hey, Fifth, was that shade?
No, it wasn't shade. I wouldn't shade Jess. I love Jess. But
non-married man. Wait a minute now.
but the thing is that there are many women, and listen to this, Jessica, very carefully, because you're a wordsmith. There are many women, I don't have a percentage, that are drawn to that wedding band on that man's ring more than the man who doesn't. And you know why? Because he has something to lose.
Yep, every time. Every time. I see.
That's right. If the man's got a wedding band on, the women will go for him, and same with the woman. I mean,
yeah. Remember, Fifth, I was telling you about the car and truck club world. 95% of the women and men in the car and truck club, van club, motorcycle club, social club is married.
Mm-hmm.
And they all looking for something different that they can do. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and move on.
Military as well.
Is everybody monogamous though?
That's pitiful.
We gotta factor in the open swingers.
At the same time, for a man to walk up to a woman in a bar, and man, I seen this with my own two eyes. I was outside with him. For a man to walk up to a woman in a bar and say, "Oh, we could just go have fun," but my wife in the bar, she doing her thing. I'm gonna go do mine.
Open
And
relationships. Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Not if she knows about it.
No, first off, nothing is never supposed to go on within two clubs that's like this. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that hands down. It's a $1,500 fine if you get caught
swinging.
I never heard of those clubs.
No, not swinging.
Or what?
No, not swinging. No. If you're in a car and truck club world, the van club, if you get caught cheating on your spouse, it's a $1,500 fine to the club. That's what I'm trying to get everybody. That's what I'm trying to get you to hear. So yes, there is a lot of married men. I mean, there is a lot of women going after married men, and married men is accepting the women because they feel like they can't get caught.
Yeah, I know that. People love to chase.
Well, till they end up in child support court.
On the other hand, I believe in child support. I don't want the government in my back pocket. Okay.
No, they need to support their children. I don't care how they happened. They need to support their kids.
No, I don't believe in child support.
So you don't believe in child support? Oh,
you said that I do.
The point that's being made is they should support their kids, even if it comes out of a cheating situation. At the end of the day, kids don't ask to be here. So that's the general point that Mika is speaking to. Not to get into the legalities of what somebody believes in terms of child support. That's not the topic. But
it's just me. I tell everybody I don't believe in child support.
Yeah,
I don't care who.
Right, but the point is this, right? Is that yes, there's a lot of lying and cheating going on, and then there's open situations going on, right? And so they're speaking to that. So the brother talked about the game that the man pulls when it comes to the attention thing. Now we're gonna hear what the woman does. All right, so I got that video for y'all to play. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
What are signs a woman is serious versus just looking for attention online?
Listen, have you ever used dating apps?
Yes.
And when you were on dating apps, did you use it for attention or to find a date?
Both.
Okay, so what did you do when you were looking for attention? You probably just continued to text that person, never set up anything, just sucked their attention away, got the attention, and then we just went ghost. And so the biggest sign that a woman is serious is how easy and available she makes herself. Simple as that. If you message her a few messages, get her number, get her Instagram, if you set up the date, then that shows that the woman is serious. Anything outside of that, she's just using you for attention and or she's just bored, which a lot of women are just bored using dating apps. See, guys confuse it. They think women use dating apps in the same way that guys do. It's not the case. Guys use dating apps in a serious manner. Women use dating apps as a pastime. There's only a small selection that actually use it serious because they're just hoping like maybe, if I come across the right guy or if he says the right thing. But truth is, if they're not setting up the date with you quickly, then they're just using you for attention. Simple as that.
Go ahead, Jess.
What? Flag on the plate? I don't know. Like, what? It's just this. I feel like there's been a lot of contradictions ever since the show started. That's all. And this is just one of them. Women saying that men get on the apps for one thing, and it's just to play games. Men saying women do the same thing. So it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand the whole point in the finger thing, right? Because I feel like we all do similar stuff when it comes to dating, which is what I think these videos are showing.
Go ahead, Beyonda.
Yeah, I was gonna say that social media definitely tips in the favor of women, because if they're attractive, they can get attention from guys. So when they use dating apps, they definitely use it to like ego boost for sure. Men, not as much. So what he's saying is there's truth to it. I don't agree with it in full. I think you're right that both parties use it for the same reason at times, but I'll say for the most part that women use it for attention seeking. Nothing more, nothing less.
No, I wouldn't say women use it for attention seeking, because some women that do use the dating apps, they actually be hurt. They actually want something out of someone that they didn't get from the previous person. So some women do date intentionally.
Yes, some.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but some women do it intentionally. Men, I don't think that they get on the dating app just for games, fun, none of that. Some men get on dating apps just so they can clap cheeks. That's what a lot of people are saying. Oh, this is gonna be a one night stand, and she don't know that. She thinking she meeting the man of her dreams.
But there was a study
on conversation beforehand. Then that's exactly how he's gonna treat her.
Right. But there was a study on Tinder that showed that 80% of women. No wait. Yeah, a lot of the women find 80% of the guys unattractive. So like, there's definitely like a one-sided thing, you know,
that's a dating apps. That's a dating app stat you're referring to across all dating apps. Actually, that they got the metric on. Because what they found out is that who the women usually will swipe. I don't know if you swipe acceptance, meaning whether it's left or right. And they were saying that 80% of the women, it's like 80+% of the women, only swiped acceptance on
20%,
20 less than 20 actually percent of men, and it all boiled down to their algorithm in the search filter, which was height, career, and body type. And so usually the women were selecting men who were 6 feet and up, whatever careers the men had mentioned. And then also you got to be attractive. I mean, that's just how it is on dating apps, right? I mean, you know, you can have a lot going for you internally, but that's not what's in the market per se. You know what I'm saying? They're going off of the aesthetics, obviously. You know, I'm not saying that men don't, but they were saying that, yeah, that 80% of the women, it was like two different stats that they took. They polled the men and then they polled the ladies. And what they found is overwhelmingly, a lot of the women wanted the same guys, you know? So that's what you're speaking to, Beyonda.
Yes.
Yeah, find this study. Find it.
All right, 1 second. Because I did a TikTok show about this. Mm-hmm. So
what I'm finding right now are articles of people talking about the study, but I can't find the study.
Oh, Jess. We're gonna be here for a long time.
No, it's okay, because I did a TikTok episode. I think it was
No, I was on it. I was on the phone.
Yeah, it was on a Tuesday, so Jess wasn't there. So anyway, let's just speak to the point of the video, and then I'll get to Jess's thing in a second. So,
hey, Fish, you're tired.
so the app is, so are we ignoring this guy's part? Are we saying that there was no truth, or at least some truth, to what the guy was saying, you know, with the woman? Because the woman did admit that she was on a dating app, and I know she doesn't speak for all women, but she said she was on a dating app for both. Attention and intention. Ain't this what this topic is about?
Yep.
Yeah.
She said both. So
Yeah.
if she was on there for both, then her filter was, okay, this guy will do, but this guy I really want to be with. So let me talk to the guy that'll do, see how much he texting, but I'll wait for that guy that I really want to message me, and then I'll just go ahead and go with that one because that's the one I really want. When really he could have been the one that only wants to clap.
Yeah.
But the guy who she was entertaining for now, that might have been the one that probably would have married her. Who knows? Who knows? Go ahead, Jess. I see your face.
I just think you're making a whole lot of assumptions. I think part of the problem is the fatigue one would get on dating apps, like the swiping mechanism, having to have so many what's your favorite color conversations. I have been the person that was just talking to people just to follow up. Like I had so much fatigue on the app itself. So would I always say that the objective is nefarious because women are doing it for quote unquote attention? No, because I think that's different. Like I wouldn't say that a man who's just being who's just talking to a woman for attention is the same thing as a man who would like take a woman out on dates, have sex with her, and then ghost her. Like to me, that's not the same level of disrespect to me, because the woman should have her own value systems and she should be like, okay, well, it's been 3 weeks, you know, if he hasn't asked me on a date in 3 weeks, then I'm just gonna stop talking to him.
Jess, I got your stats. You ready?
Not the stat. I found the numbers online. I'm looking for the study.
You mean the source?
Yeah.
Medium. That's
Medium.
one. That's one source. That's one source.
Medium didn't do the study. Medium is an article talking about the study.
Okay. So Medium will...
And Medium is like Wikipedia. Anybody could write an article on Medium. The author of this is Worst Online Dater.
Okay. What else did you find? Because I'm trying to find the one that I had for the TikTok show.
I found Evie Magazine, Men Therapy Toronto, and I see somebody's Facebook post talking about maybe an OkCupid situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not finding the study itself.
Okay. So what I had was, when I did the actual TikTok show, was that it was referring to it was referring to the algorithm, because you know these apps have an algorithm, so they could keep a tally on who does what because it's all in the system, right? And that particular stat brought up a couple of apps because there's an actual grand company that owns a lot of these dating apps, but they're not telling you, right? So here you are having different premium subscriptions to like Hinge, Tinder, and all the other ones, right? And here you thinking this is a different company when really it's a grand company that owns it. I'm trying to find that one, but
it's okay. We can find it later.
Yeah. But it's saying that they took a study from. It's been updated since 2020.
Like I saw it said female Tinder usage. I'm like, where'd you get those numbers from? Anybody can say I got it from female Tinder usage.
Yeah, there's a Bumble study too. I'm trying to find that one because Bumble's when the
I think that's the one you mentioned.
Yeah, on the TikTok show.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Meerkat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening.
You got to go?
Yeah, shortly. I couldn't hear anybody, so I had to refresh my app, and I'm like, this is getting aggravating.
Oh, okay. Hey, Meerkat, in the future, StreamYard has an app you could download.
Okay,
And
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's a little better through the web browser, sometimes if you get a text or if you get a phone call, people are telling me that it takes their audio out.
Oh, okay.
So if you download the actual StreamYard app from the App Store, then it should be better because that's what Mila had to do.
Okay, StreamGuard.
Yeah, StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, because I need you on here next week. Remember, we got that married people. We got
I'll
that
be
married
here.
people topic. There we go.
I'll be here. All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you have a good night. Thank you, man, Cat. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Bye-bye.
I also feel like though, like the study, whether it's a study or not, it's kind of like common sense. Like, you know, there's a girl that works at my fiance's movie theater, and she attractive. I mean, she alright, but she has 20,000 followers on TikTok just for like thirst trapping. It's like women can capitalize on attention all the time. So like whether it's a study or not, it's kind of common sense. Like social media is like a woman's playground. If you're attractive, you can get attention and get anything you want, essentially.
That's for both people though, Beyonder. The guy,
that
Jeremy guy, Jeremy guy who was so cute and he went to jail and his freaking what's it called? The mustache? What's it called?
Mugshot.
Mugshot?
Lord Jesus, what are you talking about?
My Lexia coming out. I think I was trying to say mustache.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, I knew you was gonna do that.
He got a deal. Like people are able to take advantage of the pretty privilege. Both of us.
Right, but there are more pretty women than there are attractive men. That's just a fact. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Jess, exactly. Don't even challenge that. But anyway,
we just be saying stuff on the internet, I guess. We just be saying.
Nah,
that's common sense.
Yeah, that is
Like,
common sense because there's more women.
Even your average woman is better looking than an average man. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, women are able to accessorize themselves better than men can.
Yes.
As far as making them attractive. Like a woman could be like a 5 and wear makeup and become a 7.
Exactly, Fifth, the makeup part. Yo,
Yeah.
I watched a video of this girl, attractive, right? But then take all off, no teeth. I was like, whoa, hold on. What's going on? Women can do that now?
That's
crazy. She had the teeth in, looked like a model, and it took all off. I'm like, whoa, what is that?
Hey, you know when people take their teeth out, their head gets smaller? They start looking like Popeye.
Hilarious.
Like a man can't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And y'all be spraying on hairlines, wearing shoes that make it taller.
Yeah, but it's obvious though. Like look at LeBron James. We know he has no
Two-Face.
hairline. Look at LeBron James. His hairline is gone.
And the
Well, just keep it real, right? And let's not even mention outliers because an outlier is a LeBron James. Let's talk about average men and women because that's what people really deal with every day.
Mm-hmm.
A man, especially a black man, will take a woman with weave, but that same woman, when she finds out he had a taped on beard, he's like, "Oh no, I can't rock with that."
Are you talking about the lace front beard?
Yeah, let you catch a man with a lace front beard. But you got a lace front wig sitting 3 inches off your head. You don't want him to talk about you, but the moment you find out he got a lace beard that's been taped on, shellacked on.
That's what I think is not fair. I don't think if a man don't judge a woman by the hair that she wears, a woman shouldn't judge the man just because he got a lace front beard. Or a headpiece. You shouldn't do it because at this point, both y'all had something. You had the Michael Jordan and he had the fact that he can't grow no facial hair. Like, what are we doing? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't to come at you, but it was just to go off what they were saying, okay? Like, men can't judge women based off their hair, nails, or whatever the case. And women shouldn't be able to judge men based off their hair that they can't grow or don't have. Because let's be honest, I've been seeing a lot of men in the state that I live in now that look like actual kids and they're grown because they don't have
the grown man features that they should have.
And somebody like that. I love a man who ain't got no facial hair. So they are creme de la creme for somebody. I do believe that the enhancements, people see them as feminine, which is why they be ragging on the men for getting them. I don't think that's true, right? Because I don't think most things that we consider feminine are feminine. I'm just saying I think the culture will say that, which is why if a man pulling off his beard at night is very different than a girl taking off her clip-ins societally.
Yeah, well, we acknowledge that, and that's the point that we're speaking to. That it's a double standard that works in a woman's favor. See, we most times, and I say most times, women don't have problems with the double standards that lean more in their favor. What I'm saying is, an average man would get disqualified for showing up on a date, and you find out that he had a hairpiece. You know,
he got toupee on.
Say it again.
I said he got his toupee on.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden, you know, he takes the hat. You know, he takes the hair hat off, and then he's bald. You know what I'm saying? Or he got the George Jefferson. He got the hair on the sides, but nothing on the. He got a sunroof.
Hey, if somebody ever do that to me, I promise you, ain't nobody never gonna hear the end of this. I'm recording it. I'm taking pictures of it. I just want to, because me, I ain't got no hair. I got all my hair off, okay? And I did it because I like to dye my hair a lot. And you can't constantly do it with long hair because you'll damage it. So I don't judge nobody, because you never know what that person's going through in life. It could be stress. It could be, you know, a disease or whatever the case may be, an illness. It could be anything, but to see
alopecia.
Exactly.
Like Jada
to
Pinkett.
see a man with because I will laugh. To see a man with you think they got a head full of hair and they take their head off when they come to the building, I will start down laughing. Not at the person, but just because it's a conversation that we just had and it's gonna bring it back up.
Yeah.
I love me a cute little Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with Mr. Clean. You just gotta have facial hair if you're gonna be bald.
I don't think so.
This is just my opinion, because everybody don't look right with a bald head and a bald face.
I like Dr. Phil. I like Dr. Phil. He bald in. I'm really with it.
You say you like Dr. Phil?
Yeah, before I found out he was a Trumper. Yeah, I was with it.
Oh man.
So you like Montel Williams?
You okay?
I ain't got no type.
You like, so Montel Williams, he don't have a beard. I think he got a mustache and he bald head.
He do. Montel Williams he's a well-seasoned man.
Yeah.
He's a handsome, well-seasoned man.
And you got Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut, Boris.
Yeah, they don't have beards. Yeah.
Shamar Moore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tay got no beard.
Yeah, we're mentioning men who don't have beards who are bald.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shamar Moore. Well, he has a beard. Never mind. He has a beard.
He does now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
Yeah, LL Cool J shaves his mustache.
He stays with there though.
Yeah.
He just got that Michael Jordan going on. He been here that all my life.
Yeah.
What?
I got something else I want y'all to see. I got something else I want y'all to see. I'm kind of like running behind time, but let me play this other thing here. I want y'all to see this. I want to see. Let me play this real quick. Hold on.
The worst thing you can do to an attention-seeking woman is stop paying attention to her. He just told you, literally. So if I'm an attention-seeking woman and I'm wearing very skimpy clothes and I'm trying to get all the attention that I can because it's giving me some sort of affirmation, it's building my self-esteem, whatever my payoff is. If you ignore me, that is like, oh my goodness. I used to teach kinder, so seeing the little kids when you start ignoring them, oh, it just tears them up.
Breaks
And that's what an immature woman is like. Like her mentality is very, very childlike. And when you ignore that behavior, you're right. She's going to conform very, very quickly. You're going to become extra attractive just because you're simply ignoring that. So yeah, it's discipline.
Well then.
So let me say something because I know Beyonce sometimes gets on me for not stepping in on things I need to step in on. Beyonce, a lot of the things that me and you can speak on is because we're men and we deal with women in real time. So we have to tell women what it is that we're experiencing when we're meeting these women, right? And it's a good thing you engage to be married, because if I was you, I'd stay like that for a long time, because ain't no love out here. Ain't no. Well, I'm sorry. On the road to marriage, don't stay engaged forever.
Cool. He said, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, when you get married, stay like that for a long time, because
okay.
Ain't nothing really out here, brother. Ain't nothing really out here, man. Ain't no love in these streets, man. But anyway, so we deal with women in real time. I'm sure, and whatever you can speak to, you've experienced what we talked about on the dating app thing, because I forgot to really state my point on it. And then also the point that this woman is talking to in terms of when you are not paying a woman attention who's trying to seek your attention and how she acts. You go ahead. You can speak to that first.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
A lot of the women that I've grown up with, like up in Connecticut and down here, are normal. Like a lot of them didn't really like go out of their way to like go for the attention. Really, the ones who did that were like cheerleaders, you know, and they got everything they wanted. But then like, you know, the right guy came along and like he wasn't like playing those games. And they got in line real quick because the guy wasn't playing any of her games, and she just, you know, she changed like her whole vibe. You know, instead of like being like the little girl looking for attention, she became like, you know, more quiet, listened, and didn't really like do all that extra stuff. You know, so surprisingly, I know a lot of girls, you know, that like are doing well in life. You know, they're married, they're happy and whatnot, and they weren't the ones in high school doing all that nonsense. You know, not nowadays. Sure, I see it all the time, but like when I was growing up, people were normal. Surprisingly.
Yeah. I can speak to this, and then I'm gonna let the ladies go after me, right? I'm gonna speak to this, to the dating app part, and then I'm gonna get to that video. I have experienced many women playing games on the internet. I'm sorry, Mila, but I have. I can't generalize how many because I didn't speak to all of them. But this is what I wanted to say some minutes ago. I've had women literally within the first few sentences ask me if I'm going to pay one of their bills. You heard me. That's one part. Another part was, hey, I'm looking for a man to take care of me because I don't want to work anymore. And these women be like 25. Like, you probably never even had a real job yet, talking about you don't want to work anymore. Like, come on now. Life is just really starting for you. Like, what are you talking about? You don't want to work anymore. You know, that's one part. I have had women lie that they have children up front. You find out later they got kids. They're lying about not actually being divorced yet. That too. They're just getting out of a relationship, or they just ended a relationship yesterday and on a dating app today talking about I need to find somebody new. You know, in their dating profile, their bio, there's the Cash App. It's in their bio. Okay, I know y'all don't see this because y'all ain't looking for women, but us men have to tell y'all exactly what we're experiencing on our side. And it ain't all flowers and honeybees either. More like garbage, doo-doo, flies, and wasp stingers, really. You know what I'm saying? So we as men deal with women in real time. So our experiences are valid. Now, we're not going to paint that broad brush on every woman. But what I'm saying is, yeah, Mila, there's a lot of women on the internet, on dating apps that are playing games. And that's speaking from somebody like me who has been on dating apps. I'm not anymore. I haven't been on dating apps in years. Right?
Good
but
man.
That was what I was running into. Not all. But what I'm saying is that happened, you know. Really, you know, it's survival of the fittest on the internet. Obviously, you're gonna find a lot of garbage on there more than you're gonna find quality. Not saying that there isn't quality, but that's rare. So
yeah, but go
ahead.
ahead, Phil. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying me and Beyonda, and a lot of men who are keeping it real and who are honest, we acknowledge that there are problematic men on dating apps. We acknowledge that. I mean, every time you turn around, there's a Lifetime movie about it. So we know bad men exist, right? We're not going to be disingenuous and say, oh, that don't exist. But we're going to defend good men, yes. Men who are intentional, yeah. But we're not on code with bums. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the ladies, there are plenty of ladies on there, whether they want to admit it or not. I will give that woman credit in the other video because she said that she was seeking attention and intention. She was being real. You know, sometimes it's hard to get a woman on camera to admit that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's only going to tell the side that makes her look like a hero. But she did tell the side that we could question her on. So that's speaking to that part. Go ahead, Mila, and then I'll get to the other video.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. Because the live you did on TikTok, you did mention that briefly. But like I said, all women that's on a dating app are not seeking attention. They're really they're looking to intentionally date. That's what I was saying. Like I said, all women are not the same. You never gonna find two women that are exactly the same. Not on one dating app.
Yeah, I don't believe in absolutes. So yeah, you have no fight with me on that because I don't believe in absolutes. I don't believe everything is everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
That's why I said anytime I come on anything that you're doing, I'm either speaking from experience or it's something that I've seen done or heard.
Or you listen to the other women in real time because a lot of women come on my panel on TikTok and put their foot in their mouth.
Yeah, like we just talked about this on the first episode.
Yeah. It happens all the time.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, speaking to the current video I just played, yes, there have been times where I have gotten more respect from women that I have ignored than pursued. And I have experienced women who've acted like what she said. When you stop paying them that idle attention, that they start acting like kids. I've experienced that too. You know, that's part of the rejection part. You know what I'm saying? In which I had that for a future episode talking about that for Fifth at Night. But
that's what I usually tell you.
Go ahead.
Now, when I agree with you, I usually I used to be like that too. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to tell you I was an angel all my life.
Do tell.
Do tell. So the person that I've been talking to since I was 15, he's the father of all three of my kids. Okay. When I first met him, he wasn't looking at me. He wasn't looking for me. He wasn't doing none of that. I literally walked past this man, I want to say about 12 times for me to get his attention. Literally. I'm not speaking on all women. I'm talking about me. Okay. When I did that, I want to say 3 months later, we switched numbers. I went away for school, came back. He was being single when I came back, and we just started talking. So I can't say everybody is. It's somebody out there for everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe he wasn't for me at that point when I walked past him 12 times to get his attention. Maybe I did have to leave and go to school and come back.
I still think there's more marriage-minded women than marriage-minded men.
Whoa, what was that? You don't agree?
I'm
Not
being
you, your picture bigger.
I'm being censored.
Jess,
Yes.
we've been through this before.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
make-
don't you love how consistent I am?
You're very consistent. I will give you that. So since you're saying that on a different show of mine, I need you to unpack what you just said just now for the Fifth at Night YouTube audience.
Okay, cool. So my point is that there are more marriage-minded women than marriage-minded men. Notice how I said more. I did not say all women, most women. I said there are more marriage-minded women. And the reason why I say that is because of the purity culture complex that a lot of women have. And inside of purity culture, whether that came from the church or just came from society, that tells you what it means to be feminine, what it means to be marriable. Women grow up with this idea that their value comes from a man. So they will do anything to get picked by said man. They want to be in long-term relationships with men more often than men want to be in long-term relationships with women. In part because men are not told that their value comes from being picked by a woman. They're told to climb the ladder, and then you're then able to afford a wife. And it's opposite for women. We're told to get married, don't center your career, don't center doing other things, stop being a hoe and find the man and then be able to do all the career stuff when he allows you to do it after the kids are in school.
Jess, you're gonna make me do an episode about purity culture, okay? Because I'm about tired of you.
Speaking the truth.
But no, it's whatever you experience. But I'm about tired of you bringing that up, and then we don't necessarily. We're gonna have to have an episode dedicated to that because I know you bring that. I'm gonna make sure you there, and I'm gonna make sure Jess is there. We're gonna do that in June. Okay.
I'm gonna be on the YouTube side of things.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna be on the YouTube side of things. I'm gonna be in the comments.
No, we
defend me.
I'm gonna see you in the comments, Jess. I got you.
Look, let me tell you something. Jess has given me. I don't want to make her head big, but thanks to Jess.
You want to?
Yeah. I like her. Jess has inspired topics.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she has come on TikTok. This is why I call TikTok Thursdays Jess Thursdays. There's things that Jess has said over the time that she's been on my panels, and it's made me say, I guess I'm gonna have to talk about that. But I only want to talk about it if she's on. This is why sometimes there are topics on TikTok I save just for Thursday. But she's inspired some topics for Fifth at Night. So we're going to have to get into that whole purity culture conversation that we got in. We talked about it on the TikTok last episode, Thursday. And we're going to have to get into that on Fifth at Night. All right. So let's push that back.
Okay. It's pervasive.
Well,
I had a response to that.
Go ahead, Beyonda. I just wanted to make sure I give Jess somewhat of props because, go ahead, Beyonda.
I was going to say that I think women are being taught the opposite. I think women are being coached more out of purity culture. I'll tell you why, because women are being taught now they can do everything. They can have the career, have their life, and have the man at the end of the day. That's not true. They're being taught the wrong things. And so when they want the marriage when they're older, they're not going to get it because that's not what men want. They're not being taught the right things. They're not being taught. You're saying women are more marriage minded, but like they're not doing the things that is worthy of being marriageable. That's why a lot of guys aren't marrying them. So they can't be like they can't be more marriage minded if they're not being taught the value of marriage when they're younger. They're being taught the opposite. They're being taught, by the culture and like getting everything they want, having the career, being independent, but then not needing a man, but then like also doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like doesn't make any sense.
Wait, so what percent of women are you speaking of? Because I was taught to me and a plethora of other people that I grew up with, was taught to, go out, make sure you take care of yourself. You got to do this, you got to do that. But once you find a man and you guys are married, he held the house. I've never been taught anything else. So that's why I asked you, what percent of women are you talking about?
I'm saying a lot of women are being taught they're being taught to like when a woman says she's independent, it's not about the word independent, it's about the mannerisms. So they're being taught bad behavior. You look at the music industry, look at the movies, like everything is being flipped, like they're not being taught like to be marriage minded. Like being independent, like if you're an adult out of college, obviously like you're going to be independent to a degree. So whenever it is a said thing, that means that there's a notion that goes behind that, and if you're a woman saying that in 2026, a lot of guys know what that means. So a lot of guys are going to be turned off by that. So they're going to know that, oh, listen, she's one of the feminists. I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. Leaving that alone.
I think any real man is a feminist. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Come back on the camera.
Even if you don't subscribe to the label, and then even what you said beyond there is confusing me, because you said that the first thing that you came up with was women try to have it all. Isn't part of the all being the husband? So wouldn't that go back to my original point that women are pursuing marriage? And then if we use this red pill ideology that men control the access to marriage and women control the access to sex, would it matter if 100% of the women were marriage minded because they don't control the access to marriage? So it don't matter what they do. It matters what the people who have the access to the marriage does. So like your point doesn't make any sense to me. And it still doesn't talk about, again, I believe men have a level of privilege, so they would never be able to really come to this conversation and actually speak to me mano y mano. They can only tell me what they assume based on how they see women interact, right? But women are able to understand how a man feels in the world because we're discriminated by the same things men are discriminated against. So again, that's another topic for another time. What I'm saying is that there are more marriage-minded women because there's a system in our society that tells women that their value goes down as they age. A man's value goes up as he ages. So even on TikTok, right? People will use "you single" as an insult at their big age towards women. So the idea that there's not a system around women that is telling them to get married, if you're 35 and unmarried, something's wrong with you. And therefore women are growing up with the mentality that I need to do this more than men are growing up with that mentality, you're bugging.
Women are more marriage minded, but they're the ones giving out divorce. Make that make sense.
Because they want the marriage.
One second, Jess.
You're basically saying I'm not willing to go through this marriage. I'm going to divorce you.
Again, that if you look at that actual study, it says that when women are not in marriages, they have the same level of relationship quality and satisfaction. It's when women get into marriages that they have lower relationship satisfaction. So it's the men who are actually getting better, getting happier, doing more things that they want to do inside the marriage, in part because women are taking on more of the domestic labor and all of the other things. Right. Men are able to be free. So the study is actually showing that women are having a horrible time in marriage, which then accounts for women leaving marriages more. But even the study, the psychologist himself said this is not a female trait, because when I looked at non-marital couples, they had the same level of relationship satisfaction. So it wasn't like women were leaving non-marital couples and leaving the marriages at the same rate. So what y'all deduce from that study is not even what the psychologist himself put in his abstract.
Sure.
So maybe let's talk about the real why women are so dissatisfied with marriage and men actually get happier inside of marriage. Let's talk about that. Maybe it's because women become slaves to the man's role, slaves to his mission, because they think that the Bible said that she was supposed to be a helpmate for his goals and not that they're supposed to partner together.
Oh my God.
Last time I checked, helpmate meant Ezer, and it was the same word that God used to describe himself when he was talking about his relationship with Israel.
Oh my God.
Jess, did you say that with your whole chest?
All
She did.
Okay. Now, I sat back long enough. Jess. It's because you're not taking into account the contenthood that men have more than women in marriage. Is that men, we get to a point where we are more content with certain things. And what happens is a lot of women, not all women, not all, but a lot of women feel like there's more. There just has to be more. Beyonder once said this on TikTok. He said, you give a woman the world, she wants the moon. You give her the moon, she wants Mars. So what he's saying is that the goalpost gets moved every time. You can respond to that, Jess. It's only fair.
Okay, I think that's crazy that we would try to say that, because who is cheating more?
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Married men or married women?
You might want to rethink that one.
Who's physically stepping out of their marriages more? And that's the part that I'm like, it's so confusing to me, is that people are so myopic when they bring up this study, because somebody filing paperwork is not the same thing as them breaking up the relationship. I would think that she and her husband were going through problems before she got to that courthouse. I would think that their relationship was deteriorating before she put in the GPS, take me to the courthouse to file this paperwork. So for us to think that the paperwork signifies the ending of the relationship or the breakdown of the relationship is crazy. And putting that on her instead of looking at what's been happening in the marriage to cause her to want to get out, because nobody is leaving a situation that they get stuff from. Whether she got in it for the money, she got in it for the smacks, whatever, she would not leave a situation that she was benefiting from. So if you're trying to tell me that 69% of women are leaving relationships that benefit them, no, they're leaving relationships that are draining their soul and are probably very dangerous to them or their children. Why we never talk about that? We always want to talk about the 69% talking about paperwork, but we know women file more paperwork in general. We know it's women who are calling up the appointments for the doctors. We know it's women who are filing out the PTA reports at the school. We know it's women who do more paperwork in general.
Because women have the kids more, and secondly, for the men that for the married couples, they usually at times men have a more of a higher rate of working graveyard shifts. So what happens is a lot of husbands are not available for those PTA meetings. The wives are, and the wives have no problem showing up for those meetings. Why is that not talked about?
Somebody has to, and he chose that shift. He knew he had kids. Why you, like, I have family members, they work Amazon shifts and they can't pick up their own children. So they have to get the family members pick up on kids, right? Hello, you picked that job, right? So you not being available for your child to go to certain things, it's on you.
He picked the job that supports the wife and the family.
How is it supporting you?
So we rather he not have a job so he could be home more?
Do something different. DoorDash. Do something different. Beyonce just said people don't want to work no more.
You said DoorDash?
My thing is, you know you have kids. Your plans got to shift. You cannot be doing graveyard shifts for 80 hours out the week and missing the integral times of your child's life. But usually that's what happens, because a man, a father, will equate his value in the home with how much money he bringing in, not the time, not the homework I help with, not the one-on-one eye-to-eye situation, but how much money, what was I able to pay for it? And that is what the problem is.
You do realize that a lot of women are drawn to the particular man who brings home the type of income that they're so wanting. So I get that.
Why wouldn't she? Men set that system up. Why wouldn't she?
No.
Yes, she did. Women were in a system for thousands of years to be financially dependent on men. Why would we?
Jess.
If I can get away with being broke and being home all the time, I would. I can't do that.
Because of men, because of other men.
Oh,
who told
because
you what it is.
you.
No, it's not. The women are echoing what men have started.
No.
It wasn't a woman who told you to pay a bride price to the father so she could get married to you. It was other men. It wasn't a woman who said women can't open up their own bank accounts until 1975 in this country. It was other men. So men set up a system, even predating America, that made women financially dependent on them. So you want to tell me in the last 50 years, men are supposed to be doing something different than they've been doing for a millennia? Of course she's gonna look at you for your money, because men still to this day define their masculinity through production.
Jess, you're talking about cultures. We all know that if we're talking about a certain culture a long time ago or still present to this day, that if part of the bride price was an ox or a goat or whatever it was, that brought them income. But see, we're in America, so we don't have that. Our meat is already cut in the market when we get it. But back then, or within these certain cultures, it made sense for a man to have an ox, a cow, a goat, or whatever it was when he got married, because more than likely there was some land, there was some cropping, there was something that was involved. So we can't compare that to today. I get what you're saying about, go ahead, you making faces. Go ahead. I know you want to respond.
It's not the goat anymore. It's now a check. Like the Nigerians be throwing the money.
I'm glad you said it was a check. Because
so it's still the currency of the time. So back in the biblical times, the currency was more agricultural focused. So of course it was going to be a plow or an ox. Now we're living in an industrialized society. It's going to be the money. It's the same thing though. It's the value that the society puts on the thing. The man still has to show up for it.
Good point. That's a good point.
Bianca, can you read that for me on the screen?
He picks the job that supports the family, and she picks the man with the job knowing the hours and schedule. And if she doesn't speak up, she is complicit with the man's situation.
Of course. But you can't make that do nothing.
But Jess, the thing is that nobody complains when the bills are being paid all the time. But I get where you brought up the complaint comes when the father may not be around the kids enough. That is a complaint only when the father has free time, and with his free time, he still doesn't choose that to be with his kids. But whatever free time he gets, if he's choosing that to be with his kids in the hours that he's available, then I don't see what the problem is. You're mentioning PTA meetings, right? You're mentioning parent-teacher conference meetings, right? But if it falls on a day that, whatever the day that it falls on, is going to be the parent that shows up.
Yeah, I think you're getting too specific with the PTA example I said. I was just trying to show how women are more face-to-face, physically present for the child's development. And the man will say that he was a good father because he paid for everything. And I'm saying that that's not the thing, because I've been the child in that situation where my daddy had a lot of money, was giving money to my teachers, right? Just right, new car, new this, we go on vacations and stuff like that. And I tell you, I was 7 years old crying on the staircase because my father hadn't called me in 4 months. So the money, the gifts, the trips didn't replace the quality time that I had with him. And now my mama up, right? She 6-figure lady up, right? And she still got time for me, right? Like, so the roles switched and she still is showing up for me. And that's what I think is the true testament of wealth. When you have the flexibility to make the money and still be able to invest that time in your family. Because who are you making the money for if it's not for your family?
Yeah, but it also depends on the type of occupation that gives you that money that you're talking about. Most men work in the field. So if you're in the field and let's just say, like, for instance, a woman's working from home, of course, the mother who's working from home is going to have more time with the kids. She's home.
You throw in a bunch of context. You throw in
I think
I have to throw context for the audience to understand when someone has time for something. If the husband was working from home, wouldn't he have more time with the kids?
But do they usually, men feel emasculated by being home? So they're gonna choose the job out in the field.
Hold on, this is why I disagree. This is why I disagree. My husband is gone 3 weeks out of a month, and he's only home for 4 days. After that, then he has to leave again. He's a truck driver. So the 4 days that he's home, he's spending it with me and the kids. 9 times out of 10, it's just the kids alone because he missed his kids. It's times where he called me on the road and be like, "Oh, I wish I would have brought my kids with me, but I know they got school." So you can't say it's the job that they choose, because some men be wanting their kids. They just
that job. Mila, is he not in a job that he chose though?
He is.
So what are we talking about? You make your situation work. And again, I'm so glad that when he has the time, he does it. All I'm saying is that nobody put a pew pew to somebody's head and made them choose the job that they have to be away. That's all my point is.
But if it makes the income that you have criteria for, so just this is what I think you do. I think you speak for you and you don't consider other women. You know that there are plenty of women. Come on now. I think you consider you and women who are like you. There are women out here that when they keep making more money, they want the man to make more money than them. So the job that he may have to get may be the job that requires him not home. See, a lot of women ask for this 6-figure guy, right? 6 figures is not easy to come by. I don't care what people say. The average income for adults is between 50 to 55,000. I know it's starting to go up to 60. That's because yesterday's price is not today's price. But 50 to 55,000, right? And then it will differ depending on the cities that you live in, the cost of living, right? But what we have to take in consideration that 6 figures doesn't just go to everybody. All bachelor's degrees and doctors, all of them don't even get that, right? So he goes and gets said job so that you feel a little better with your ego, because he don't care if you make more money than him, but you do. So he go ahead and he gets this job that makes this 6 figures, right? Or say you make 100,000, now he got to go and get 150,000 because God forbid, he only make 90K and you make 100, right? So now that job requires him to be gone most of the time. But you wanted him to have the money, right? So you have to pick a struggle. And that is, you want him at home more, or do you want the income? What are we picking?
All right, what's your solution to that? If there's a way to have a more balanced life, right? How would you? What's your solution? Because your points are valid. I'm hearing you out. They're good points. The dad should be.
No, she is.
But like, what's your solution then? You're just like saying things that like.
Your problem, it's crazy.
What'd you say?
He mumbled. She is. He ain't want to give
you. He hate that.
I'm giving her props. I mean, I have fun with her, but she's not. She's making points.
I do though. What I like to speak of, is the best practice. Of the general situation. So to your question, Beyonder, what I would say is intrinsic and thorough family planning. Right? People be having kids and they be trying to figure it out later. You're in a job that makes you great money, but you're away. And your wife is an autonomous adult being, so she doesn't need you to be there the whole time, right? So that dynamic can afford you not being there all the time because she has her own life. The second a child gets in there, now she wants you to show up in a different way. You would have known that if you had done the family planning to ask, what is the dynamic? How do I expect you to show up as a mother and as a father? But people don't do that. They have the smacks, have the baby, and then they have all this new expectation that this person didn't know. And so now she does still want you to make money, but she also wants you to be able to get an assistant so you can be home on Thursdays, or make a schedule so you can pick out Wednesdays at 5 o'clock is going to be for the family, something like that. And that's what I'm hearing a lot of times, that people are trying to put the cart before the horse when planning of what our expectations are going to be, with squash all of this. And then also, you have to remember, just because you have money doesn't mean you can afford kids. Like, kids need more than just the physical dollar. They need the emotional capacity, the mental capacity. A lot of people have the money for kids, but they can't afford them for real. And I think a lot of people shouldn't have the kids that they have.
That's a valid point.
I agree.
It's a valid point.
Thank y'all. See, I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy.
But we're deviating, Kawhi Leonard. We're deviating from the my original contention, which was the marriage-minded thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where women are more marriage-minded, but they won't go for the divorce. Number one reason is for money, which is a condition, which means that there's conditional love there, which means that if they were truly marriage-minded, they would have more unconditional love. But they're divorcing the man because of the money.
Where'd you get that from, Beyonce?
Divorce court.
What?
Divorce court. They talk about it all the time.
Divorce court with Judge Lynn?
No. Like
we talk about the system.
It's public knowledge. The number one reason for
divorce
divorce
court is that a body of work?
It's
He's talking about the system.
It's public knowledge. The number one reason for divorce is financial reasons. That's the fact.
Again, I've seen other studies that say other things, but even then, what you're deducing about money is myopic, because you can say money means, oh, she wants to make more. Money could also mean he's taking the house money and gambling it. That could also mean money. So
okay. No. No, a lot of times, no, hold on. No, I'm not standing for this malarkey. I'm not standing for it. A lot of times, malarkey, yes. A lot of times the guy will lose his money because of his job.
He's still gonna fall out his chair. Y'all better stop.
And then she'll divorce him because she has no money.
How do you know this? You're making that up. I'm not saying that women don't do that. To say that the 69% of women are then taking the number one reason for divorce and being money, and therefore it's because that they don't love their husbands enough because they're in a transactional relationship with him, is crazy. What I'm saying is the world is so much bigger. Yes, you did. You said that they want to make my money. He lost his job, and they were like, "This is a transactional marriage," and so now you can't do what
There are many examples of women coming forward, and you can read the public knowledge. They'll say that they'll leave the man because the man doesn't have any money.
Okay, and like I said, of course there are women who have done that. What I'm saying is we cannot use finances as the number one thing and say that it automatically means it's because women are leaving their husbands because they lost money.
Of course, but at the end of the day, it is a condition for why they leave. It's a condition. The number one reason is money. Whatever factor that is, they're still leaving.
But you know money is needed. You know that. And then let's just say, beyond it, let's just say that these people use the TikTok language, right? And they say that a man's job is to provide and protect, and the women's job is to be a nurturer. And let's say they use that dumb language, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If that's your job, is to bring in the money, and you stop doing it, wouldn't that be the same thing as the woman who stops having sex with her husband? Y'all be like she's alienating the marriage because she stopped having sex with her husband?
I did that, but it's not the same.
Whoa, hold on. That if a woman is not, that's a totally different reason. Now we're getting into a different conversation. If a woman is not having sex with their husband, that's a bigger issue. That's a way
That's
bigger
what I'm
issue.
saying. That's what I'm saying, Beyonder. As a man, her not having sex is a huge issue.
It depends why she's not doing it, though. It depends on why she's not doing it, Beyonder.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to get into the weeds of the why. I'm saying for a man, her not having the sex with him is a big deal. And so you flip it and you use the same TikTok language. Him not bringing in no money is a big deal.
Hey, Beyonder,
if you ain't bringing in no money, you ain't getting no cheeks. It is what it is.
hey, Beyonder.
But that's not my situation.
Hey, Beyonder, this is very easy. This is not difficult. Just a few minutes ago, talked about the man being home more. I asked her what would be preferred, that he makes the money that supports the family. And then I asked, well, what if he is the man who works from home? If he works from home, then he would be with his kids more. Her immediate answer wasn't to give him props, but to say, oh, well, you know, he may feel emasculated. So the point is, Jess, is that we gave you the option that if the man has the 6-figure job, but he works from home, wouldn't that mean that he has more time with the kids and the woman goes out in the field?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That'd be fine with
me.
You.
And
as long as
I believe
it's 6 figures.
Women would enjoy
as long
that.
as it's 6 figures, right?
What'd you say?
As long as it's 6 figures, right?
No, it could be less than 6 figures. If you have kids, though, you're gonna need 6 figures plus. And I say that because if y'all, again, even in North Carolina,
wait, together.
Cool, let's say that. What if she wanted to be a stay-at-home whatever, right? Or somebody want to be a stay-at-home, somebody loses their job. I would think that y'all need like a savings. I would think you need to be investing in the 529 college savings. I think you would want to do more instead of living paycheck to paycheck. I think that requires 150.
Well, just if I make 50, if I make 55 and you make 80, we good? That's 6 figures together.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying is if somebody lost their job, could the family survive off of that one income is what I'm saying.
Okay, so pick who loses the job. The husband got 50.
It's the woman who loses the job usually. It's her.
Why?
Because people assume that she's parent A. So if anybody needs to be in the house with the kids, they're going to say it's the mom. People expect the man to be outside of the house and they don't consider him a bad dad because he's not there. They will consider her a bad mom if she's trying to do a conference in Tahiti and she's not home.
Tahiti? That's what you mentioned?
Don't get stuck on the details.
No, I'm just saying, if we're talking about average men and women, right?
I'm saying a person being out in the world going for the career is seen negatively on women when they have children versus men. Because
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Because both people are working. The husband's working. I know this is deviating from the topic, but if the husband is working out in the field and the wife is working out in the field and they have children, nobody's gonna say that they're not good parents as long as the kids look like they're fed, got clothes on their back, have a beautiful home to come home to. Why is the mother catching heat for that? I don't understand that, Jess.
Because she's the primary parent, usually.
Why? Wait a minute. A married couple, it took 2 people to have kids. The mother's the primary parent? Make that make sense.
Yeah, it's usually the teachers are calling for the mom. It's usually like when you see all these memes, where your mama at? Like, right? It's the society is like the mom and the baby should be together. So if the child is young, right, not a teenager, the child is young, 5, 6, 7, and the child has a recital and nobody's there, they're gonna be like, where your mama at? The mom not being there is going to matter more societally than the dad. If the mom is there and the dad is like, oh, like dad's at work, people understand that more than the dad always showing up and mom is at work. People expect, this is why in part women make less money over time, because people expect the children to be with her. So she leaves the job more often and she's not in the career field as long as men usually are. Because societally, we expect the man to be working and to be away. And the same thing what Beyonce said. Beyonce just said a thing that's only used towards women. You can't have it all. Women are told to pick, not in the way men are told to pick. You can be a quote unquote active dad and not be there for 3 weeks. Because society doesn't see your role as primary parent.
You do realize no one can have it all. Men can't have it all either. We know that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe men do have it all because nobody tells them they can't. I believe men set up the system. It's a man's world.
I don't have it all. What are you talking about?
What man has it all?
Beyonce. We're not talking about you individually. You probably want stuff. Everybody wants something. Like,
but just men. No one can have it all. Men can't have it all. Your point is men can have it all?
They can. They do.
Majority or minority of men?
I would say majority.
So majority of men can have it all based off what?
What do y'all think all is? What are y'all defining as all?
Well, since
having their cake and eat it too. Having their
cake.
Wait, what?
Having it all is having.
He said having their cake and eating it too.
Yes.
What do you mean most men don't have that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, most men don't have that.
They don't have a wife and a side chick?
Most men are alone. Most men are by themselves.
Yeah.
That's a fact, Jess.
Okay, that study I don't believe is reputable. Okay. So that's just one thing. Second thing is
most men are single and childless.
It's not really a study. It's more like you look at the world, you see that, like, oh wow, men are alone. You see, look.
Most men are single and childless.
What does alone mean? Just non-romantic relationships? Because then we can say that like
most
people are not married in non-romantic relationships, right?
There are men who haven't had a date. There are men who haven't had a date in a long time.
Okay, and there's women, but that's not my point. My point is,
we're talking about men and women, but I just mentioned that men can't have it all. I'll give you examples.
But they can't, because you're bringing up what I would call exceptions, and that's not saying that these men shouldn't have relationships. What I'm saying is, if we're looking at the man or the woman and talking about having it all, which is the family, the career, the home, the status, it's men. Men can navigate different spaces at the same time, and nobody bat an eye, right? You're the man. Women have to pick, which is why that thing about you can have it all is directed towards women. And here's an example. A man can be gone for a business trip every other week out of the month, right? And nobody bats an eye because he's making money for the family. The wife is expected to do the child rearing, to cook and clean in the house, make sure the kids are getting to school. The kids are getting taken care of. So the man is benefiting off of her labor that she has to do by herself. So not only does he have his career trajectory, but he has his kids who are still being reared in the way that he, again, hopefully sees fit with her. Then he gets smacks when he comes back.
Just,
but you're assuming that the man doesn't want to be around the kids.
Wait, Beyond it, this is very easy. Just the kids benefit from that relationship. They benefit from that arrangement.
Okay.
So yeah, but you're making it seem like the husband
doesn't want to be there.
I never said that. I said
no. She didn't say that. I know what she said. The kids benefit from that. So being that you're saying that the husband benefits from that, the wife benefits from that too.
Benefits from what?
She benefits from the lifestyle that he's able to provide, so that she's not the one out in the field being away from home for 3
We're not talking about the same thing. We're not talking about the same thing. I said he benefits from her labor in raising the children.
And the kids benefit from his labor.
No,
It's an equal value exchange.
That's what I'm saying, Jess.
Again, stick to the main point.
Your pink flag is showing.
The man is able, right? The woman is home. So she has foregone a career. So she is currently not having it all. The man has the career and has somebody who's the primary parent taking care of the children. So the children really don't benefit from him not being there. I just want to say all the studies point to when the man is not in the home and plugged in, they actually do less or do worse in school. But anyway, talking about the adults, the man gets to have the career trajectory, somebody taking care of his children as a primary parent, and some smacks, whether he gets it from the mistress or from her. He gets to have it all, and more often than the woman does. She is often told to pick.
We're missing a key component in this. And then
she added a mistress.
I'm just saying he gets sex from something.
I'm not gonna even address that. I'm gonna address this.
Goal post moved.
I'm just saying he gets sex from somewhere.
The key component is the fact that a lot of average people can't afford to have it like both parties work. That's the average person now. Both parties work. Both mom and dad work. They can't afford to have a stay-at-home parent. Mm-hmm. Stay-at-home parents that's a luxury of people who make a certain amount of money, which isn't most people. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about kind of a small percentage of people that make enough money to where one party can stay at home. Average people don't make enough money to where one can stay at home and one can go out there and work. Both work. My sister and brother-in-law, they work, and they make, I think, close to $200K together, but they've shown me an example of like what it's like to have both parties be present and it's equal, you know? So like, I see what you're saying, but like, you're talking about a small, I don't know.
Beyonder, how do you know what their home life looks like? You live with them?
I used to. I know my sister and my brother-in-law. I know them.
You lived with them when they had children?
I was around them quite a bit when my niece and nephew are my favorite people in the world. I know them.
Were you living with them with the kids?
Yes.
From what? Okay, so from what ages? 0 to 5? You lived with them for a year when they were 12?
I was around them all the time.
What
I'm saying is that hold on. What I'm saying is that when I look at my nephew and look at my niece and how they are as people, that is because of their parents, both mom and dad, because they were both there.
That's not what we're talking about. I said,
what
did you witness living with them? And you said you live with them. Now I'm asking you what ages.
I witnessed they have a dynamic that's not perfect, but it's a dynamic that includes the kids first, and they benefit from it.
Beyonder. This is a very simple question. You live with them, right?
Yes.
So what age were the kids when you lived with them?
Taylor was 9. Robert was in middle school.
Okay, so almost autonomous little babies. How can you tell me what their family planning was? Were you there in the trenches planning it with them? How do you know who shared what domestic labor at what time? Can you tell us what the schedule was?
I've seen the results of what the kids look like, and the results show me that they did it the right way.
What did they do?
They put the kids first. That's what they did.
What does that mean? How did they divide labor?
They both had similar work hours. They both worked at the same time. So Kim would work at the hospital. He works at the electric box company. Mm-hmm. Actually, Rob got home before she did, and he was able to be with the kids. And then she came home, and then they planned, and they've been doing that for years. And they're fine. They're good kids. Great kids.
Planned what?
They planned around their kids. They planned to be there for their events, school. Like I've seen this play out for the past decade.
Okay, so who cooked? Who cleaned?
Neither of them are cookers really. We'll go. Kim cooks more.
You falling into a trap, man.
It's not a trap. I'm just trying to show that, like, sometimes we will deduce what something means, and we'll assume, right? Oh, this stuff must have happened because I'm deducing from this result. But do we really know the ins and outs, the intricacies of a person's relationship? Do we know that?
Okay,
Just because somebody's been married 50 years.
Obviously, I wasn't there for everything. I didn't see the
That's what I'm
context.
saying. That's what I'm
So, I
saying.
mean,
Hey, y'all stressing fifth out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when people get on a panel and be like, "Oh yeah, I've been married for 50 years, and you should listen to me and my advice." How do we know the quality, the fruits of your marriage just because you have a label of being married for 50 years? We don't know. We don't know.
I've been married for 10, and I still don't know half the things that I know now.
I've always said this. When kids grow up, they resemble their parents. When you see those kids out in public, they're very respectful and they carry themselves well. So when I see that, it's like, okay, cool. I see that you have two parents that put their kids first and they have a very healthy home life. That's obvious. Every single parent that I talk to around like their community have respect for both Rob and Kim. The community sees that they are good kids.
So beyond just know that we live, all right? So if you know that's names you dropping. So I know that's your family, but I just want to make sure you still remember we live.
That's cool.
Okay. All right. As long as you're cool with it, you know what I mean?
I don't even know beyond his first name.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
You said what?
No, I said shout out to them. You out here putting names out there. Shout out to them.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna need y'all to save some of this stuff later. We've been on here for almost 3.5 hours. So when I end the stream, hey, just stay in the lobby because I want to holler at you real quick, okay? All right. Hey, does anybody have any final thoughts? They can go first if they want. Whoever wants to go first with their final thoughts about what we all talked about today. Go ahead, Beyond.
After this show, I need Advil. That's what I need. I need Advil. I need Advil and a glass of water. That's what I need right now. I need Advil. Ibuprofen.
Not Tylenol.
Not Tylenol. Yeah, exactly. But ibuprofen, something like that. Yeah, and a glass of water. Yeah, that's what I need.
Hey, he was knocked out. You need Advil PM?
I need that.
Yeah. Man. Beyond, you asked for this.
I had fun. I'm not, I'm chilling. I'm cool, calm, collected. I'm not even like feeling any type of way. I'm just.
Remember last episode? Where Jess at?
Yeah, it was a good one too. You missed it.
I did.
Yeah.
You said I can't wait till she come on.
Yeah.
It was a good show. I mean, I'll give you credit, Jess. You articulated your points well. And, I agree with a lot of things you said. There are a lot of things I don't like. This is how I feel about Jess, right? When I agree with her, I agree with her, through and through. But when I don't agree, it's like 100%, like not even a little bit. I 100% disagree. It's one of the other. It's never an in-between thing with you. So it's kind of cool. That's cool.
That's my personality, honestly. I either really like something or I hate it. So I'm living.
Jess, what's your sign?
I don't participate in that, but
what month were you born in?
Hold on. I'm blanking. I was born in August. August.
You didn't know when you were born?
I'm tired.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
You early August or late August?
Oh, August 6th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my brother, he's August. My brother's early August.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she got the same birthday as my grandma. Crazy.
Oh wow.
We go crazy?
No, I said that's crazy. My grandma has the same birthday.
Oh, look at that.
I'm a June baby myself.
That's what's. Where are you in June, brother?
Yes, sir. It's coming up soon.
Does your birthday fall on a Monday?
This year? I don't know. It's a good question.
Check the calendar, man, because we be doing these shows and
Good question.
Yeah, repeated.
No, it's a Thursday.
Okay.
Ooh, my favorite day.
Not mine.
You said not yours?
No.
That Thursday's gonna be.
Oh, you know what? You're right. That Thursday, yes. But usually I don't like Thursdays.
In general?
Oh, that's July. Oh, my fault. That's Tuesday. My bad. Tuesday.
My birthday falls on a Monday this year, unfortunately.
I hate that for y'all.
Oh.
Mm-mm-mm.
I won't be at work.
That's okay. That's the whole month of my birthday. Wow.
Were you born in December?
Huh?
Were you born in December?
September.
Oh, that'll be my next guess. I would have ate that up.
You're a Libra. I don't know.
I am. I'm a Libra.
Oh, really?
Yonda.
I didn't know. I'll just guess. I don't know. I don't do so. I was just playing around.
I'm a Libra.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Wow. You should have played the lottery.
I know, right?
No.
I need 10%, okay?
10% off the top or the bottom?
The bottom. Wait, did I say
that
wrong?
Yeah, that means whatever's left over.
I meant post tax.
You meant
I meant post tax.
Smart man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Top is the tax. The bottom is everything you get after the tax.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know what I'm talking about.
The top, you want your cut first.
I ain't stingy, just as long as my check in the mail, beyond good.
There we go. All right. Mila, you got any final thoughts on today? On the topic? I know we kind of went, but you got any final thoughts on the topic?
She frozen.
Oh, dang. Did her service get nervous? Oh, that sucks. And it froze just like that, too.
Face card, every declines. Okay.
Jess, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah. Men are delusional. Women up 35 points. I said I'll fail, I still believe everything I said is correct. I appreciate everybody here, just trying to make sure that I understand how I feel by giving me the back, the pushback. So yeah, thank you all for being upstanding men. As far as I know, y'all seem to be the examples that we need in the world. So keep doing what y'all are doing and get your brothers because they're crazy.
Mila, you have any final thoughts?
Fifth is over there throwing all kinds of shade when ain't nobody catching it.
Oh my god! She deserved that for how she started her final thought. How you gonna start your final thought when men are delusional? Women are up 35 points. How dare you? Oh my god! Go ahead, Mila. Mila, go ahead. Any final thoughts, Mila?
My final thoughts is you and Beyonda always y'all just put me right there. I'm going to bed with a lot of thoughts in my brain. Okay, y'all did a lot of back and forth. He need Advil. I can't take that. Okay, I got blood pressure problems. I'm gonna take a little Tylenol and go to sleep. It's a lot on my mental right now that I gotta really sit and think about. Okay, I learned a lot. I'm not saying I didn't, but y'all almost made Fifth over there fall out the chair.
Dynamic duo.
That's what it's gonna be called.
Shout out to Jess. Jess, if you are not already YouTube famous, you about to be. So, my
no. No. Oh my gosh.
I love me some Jess. Oh, God.
Give him the side with the curl. There you go.
I love me some Jess, boy. Y'all just don't know. Just had me sweating over here, man. Jesus Christ.
Cut that other part up. This side of my hair looking crazy.
So my final thoughts is on dating with intention versus dating for attention. Definitely know the difference. Know the difference. It is not a flex to date for attention. You know, to seek it, solely seek it, to throw your life away for it. It's not worth it. Date with intention, have a goal, have a plan, communicate very effectively. Know what you want before you get in the dating market. Be willing to X out those who don't meet the criteria that you may so have, whatever it is that may be. I can't tell you what it is, but whatever it is that you may have in your heart. If you're hearing that voice in your head and your heart say no, it's probably true. You know, so know exactly what it is. Because hey, look, it gets real out here. You know, and to that video that we started with, that was disgraceful, and my condolences to the woman who lost her life. That right there is crazy. You don't ever want to be that much of a crash out to the point where you getting in your car because you lost a fight. That you run another woman over because of a dude that ain't even, come on, man. Come on. We can't do that. We got to do better as a people, man. That was disgraceful. That was disgusting. That's the kind of stuff they throw you under the jail for, you know, and there's no defense for that. It's on camera. You know, a lot of times I hate when they do the phone thing, but I was glad that was recorded because that only for the sense of justice, not for that woman being ran over, because I'm pretty sure the family would reliving that is terrifying. You know what I'm saying? So almost didn't play it today, but I wanted to play it to address the issue. And I know Zacchaeus was like, yo, man, I don't know if you want to play that, but, you know, if it's going to get the point across, go ahead, man. But, yeah, man, that's condolences to that woman's family, man, because that was disgusting. But, yeah, definitely make sure that you know the difference between dating with intention versus dating for attention. And that's all I got to say. All right. That was another episode of Fifth at Night. Fifth at Night every Monday live, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central on YouTube, Fifth General TV. Hey, Jess, let everybody know. Let everybody know where they can reach you if you have anything to promote, your social handles or whatever. It's up to you.
Okay, hi everybody. If you don't know, my name is Jessica. I am a Christian dating guide that specializes in helping women to deprioritize men so they can reprioritize God. And so I have a workbook coming out that says that's called Single and Satisfied. It's coming out in a couple of months. And you can find out a lot more of my content on my YouTube page, Jess the Romantic, and also on my Instagram, Jess the Romantic.
All right, Beyonder, let people know where they can reach you, brother.
TikTok, the Beyonder 285, and then my main account is Malik Taylor 5, and I'll be doing my fictional politics probably like around May or June. We'll see.
That's what's up. We'll look out for that. Mila, let them know where they can reach you, Mila.
I can always be reached on TikTok at Lovely Mila. It's Mila with 2 A's. And yeah, that's about it because I don't be on my Instagram, so I don't want to give that out.
Y'all can reach me at the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Fifth General TV on TikTok, Fifth General TV on YouTube. All right, content posted 4 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. TikToks lives Tuesday and Thursday. All right, Mrs. Ian Fifth podcast Uploaded on YouTube every Thursday, Fifth at Night every Monday. All right. Busy man here. All right. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. And hey, I'll see everyone in the YouTube world live next Monday. Everyone take care, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.